And tomorrow. Ciao.
Hey guys, welcome back in. You got 2 o'clock. That means a couple hours left on notice
a lot. Here's what futures are looking like as we head through 2 o'clock. 0.13 for, there we go. 0.13 for the S&P, 0.32 for the Dow, the NASDAQ 0.3 back to the upside. The NASDAQ holding on to positive territory. So it is tech showing a little bit of underlying relative strength as we head into the final couple hours of the day. We're red here in Toronto, only just crude oil back to the downside as well, 0.1 or 1.7, I should say. It was down almost 4% right out of the gate this morning. There was another release of oil reserves from the Biden administration, so flooded the market with some extra output. Bitcoin, Ethereum, yeah, nice day. 2.25, 4.3% for Ethereum leading the way. 1,550 holding on as far as support once again today for ETH. There it is, 0.09 now for the S&P 500. That's about as mixed as you're going to see this board. It is tech, as I mentioned, showing a little bit of underlying strength here this afternoon, trying to get things moving in the right direction. CDNS, 7% to the upside in the software group, leading the way after earnings. Down here, APTV up 8%. Yeah, Tesla 4.25. What a day it's been for Tesla, showing all kinds of relative strength as well. This group, though, the travel names, also back to the upside today. 1.8, 2.2.25. For NCLH, CCL, RCL here as well. Even the casinos back in positive territory. Retail, meanwhile, a little bit weak. We'll get into some retail earnings over the next couple of weeks. GEHC up here in the GE Healthcare. In the healthcare group, 4% off earnings. ZTS as well, 5.5%. Otherwise, pretty red right across the board as far as healthcare stocks are concerned. Material sector is green now. So is the energy group as oil regains some of its early losses, still down, as I showed you there, more than 1%. What a day it's been. If you joined us in the pre-market, we got that CPI number that was basically on a month-over-month basis in line with expectations, but a little bit higher on a month-over-month basis as well. So, yeah, it went up, but it only went up what everyone was expecting it to go up. So we're flat on the overall market. Makes a little bit of sense if you take it from that perspective. We'll jump into a bit of a review as we do every afternoon to kick things off. Neil is here to lead the way this afternoon with a look at one of his trades.
Here we go. Trade of the day is going to be on Alphabet, and it is the good, the bad, the ugly. Everything about it was interesting, including early trades in the pre-market on that number. So you can see the crazy whipsaw action that happened right away at 8:30. You made that crazy top, then you made a huge bottom. I knew I liked Alphabet in front of that 95 for a short from yesterday, and it was relatively weak. So we kind of looked for that on a retracement. And you can see, like, look at that entry. I'm not really waiting for the top because you get so much spread action and it's just complete chaos. So the first trade, I don't think it's very clean. We're getting in, we're taking a small win, but we're holding it too far against us. Doesn't come to that 95 level. And then at the open, try to imagine I don't have this trend line drawn, because I'm going to get to that one in a little bit here. At the open, I see it fail a lower high. Like, that's all I'm looking at. I look for the first consolidation to put in another lower high and say, okay, we have a trending weak stock. We're going to go to the downside on that one. You can see over here on the Qs, the market was just absolutely dying at the open. So I was looking for that play on a lower high in Alphabet. Everything was looking fantastic on that entry point because we're able to get some out there. It does go all the way to that 830 bottom on the number. It then cracks the low. You get another lower high. Now I feel like we're in business. I've got the levels locked and loaded. When it comes back up to retrace, I just say, let's get back in again. Let's just go for that 94.20 area. It worked before. I'll just get in. If it breaks the high, I can get out. Well, see, I stop out at that top, and this is where I pause. It just did an up-down on me, and I can see that trend line. This is when I drew the trend line, and look what the market's doing at this time. Like, you're breaking on the Qs toward the high. You're double-topping the high, and you're holding the trend down on Alphabet without breaking the clean trend line that was drawn. So I hop back into the trade. You can see a couple of re-entries, one right after, and one when I realized, oh, give me a break. I like this for two reasons, not just the trend line, but what's going on in the futures, the relative weakness. So I jump in again. I scalp some out here, which I don't like. You get that initial like 25-cent move. It's that habit you get into as a day trader. Take some out. But next decision, nothing until it makes the first move down. Goes sideways, stalls, another move down. We get that low of the day. We're covering. Once it breaks a low, I'm just looking for an obvious trailing stop. You'll see here, when it breaks this bottom the second time, I just slap a trailing stop in. And this is where, if your reason to get in is because of that trend and holding that trend line, I've got to respect the fact that look what happens. It's still holding trend here, still holding trend. I end up trailing out down here based on that level there and that consolidation. But really, I could have held it to this trend. Now, at this point, I don't even look at my trend line anymore. I'm just shorting it off levels because that's my pattern. See the good, the bad, and the ugly. I start shorting back in based on these levels here, and makes no sense. And once I realize this is nonsensical, I should be going long off that trend line. I flip into a long. You can see I have no conviction in it. It turns at VWAP, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll take some out in front of VWAP. I'll stop it out tight because it's too far away from the trend line. You've got to only trade the key levels. Now, Google should have been my #1 stock of the day. Microsoft is because I was just way more clean with that one. And it's really not respecting the fact that the trend line was my reason and taking these extra trades to just give like 20% back. But once you saw that relative weakness, this is where it was at. You knew you wanted to hold on to it. Eventually, it did break the trend. As a matter of fact, I'm in it right now, and it's kind of going to the downside. So that's kind of good. But I'm not happy with myself over here. How can I do better? No need to have those shorts there. If anything, if I was initially and immediately long right in that consolidation, I'd probably fare better on the upside part of the trade. But that's why I do trade today. It's a learning experience, relative weakness compared to the futures, especially on that 830 CPI number, and then following the trend, which is always your friend.
Yeah, market on a downtick here. Google back to the downside as well. NASDAQ trying to hang on to positive territory, but basically back to exactly flat to kick off the final couple hours of the day here as we see some of the bigger names back to the downside as well. The S&P still a little relatively weak, 0.3 versus positive still for the NASDAQ. Here is, yeah, we'll just jump right into this, guys. It's fine. Here is Silvergate. I wanted to mention this just to kick things off. SI still holding on to a nice move today. 13% to the upside right now for SI. We had that Citadel note initially this morning. There was a bit of the lunchtime kind of squeeze up to 17, maybe ran some stops above 17 there. You can see a huge volume spike. But I saw a note suggesting the Soros fund is betting against Silvergate. Not necessarily with a short position, maybe options based, but Citadel long, 5% worth of the company, and Soros fund betting against SI, but still holding on to a nice gain. Here are the treasury yields also making moves to kick off the afternoon. That was a fresh high for the year up there, 3.8% for the 10-year. Same story for the 2-year, almost gets to 4.65 off this CPI report this morning. So the market finally adjusting to the fact that we might need even higher rates. And then we get a steady stream of Fed officials coming through today. I'll show you the last one here as well. That's scheduled for 2:05. Williams going to speak at 2:05 there. So should be underway currently. We'll see if there's any comments coming through. But it was Harker, guys, that came out and talked about not forecasting a recession. That had the market moving back to the upside initially throughout the lunch period, but here we go, back on a downtick. But I mean, as I said when we came on, you know, if you took a step back and looked at the overall day, what happened? Not a heck of a lot, even though it's CPI day.
Well, yeah, you know, you're right about that. And that if you look at the actual range, it doesn't feel like a ton happened in terms of where we went. But yeah, I'll say a lot happened because like the action was all over the place. So you had top to bottom multiple times. When that happens, it's going to be crazy. Now, I just want to get to Silvergate very quickly because you mentioned this, and I feel like there is going to be a potential for a big trade this afternoon. It rejected 17 once. I was in that short. I thought it would get to VWAP. I trailed out of it, but it's still kind of trending higher after that news. And if you look at what's going on here on the higher time frame for Silvergate, it's also trying to break the 50 period out there. Same price, about $16.70. So there's a lot that this can do, especially if it reclaims, like that's that 17 high, like it breaks out a new high. Look at that. Look at this 17 to 20 area. Like you could easily, and it's a huge squeeze name too. I got to double check the short interest, but it's probably, I mean, it's at least 30-something%, I want to say. At one point it was 70. So I think there's a little something there for Silvergate.
SI is 74%.
74%. Okay, George Soros putting his hat in there. Yeah, he ain't scared, obviously, but you know, some people are rich enough that they can hold a short like that against them forever. So it is what it is, right? Like Chanos and some of those guys in Tesla. But I think there's a chance this one could squeeze. If it fails this level another time, I might try shorting it again. But I'm looking for this to try to take out the top this afternoon.
All right. Yeah, welcome back, guys. What was a really fun day so far here today, and we've been making some good cash watching these markets go up and down, and then up again, and then down again. And I was talking with Mateo in the back, and I was just like, he's like, how's your day going? I'm like, oh, it's up and down right now. But yeah. Look, Palantir, man, we could have used this as a trade of the day. Of course, we use Google. Neil wanted to try the green screen. Great job, by the way, on the green screen, of course. Right there. More to come on that one. 830 there, you know, big longs out right here. We tried to shorten a long in here around 880. Not much happening. We actually wind up making a little bit of money there, but then the last long got dropped out at 870. There it is, 890 right now. Palantir taking out day's high right here. So good move on Palantir back to these pre-market levels of over $9. Could possibly be coming through. I really like this name and was well traded here today. So that's a good name coming through. And then we have right here also, we have Apple with a monster short. I mean, I don't know what just happened right there, but we shorted it up here, brought it back down, shorted here, and then back in again. Like we said, Apple, the #1 name net-wise here today. So, yeah, big moves down, man, and we're still short everything. Oh, by the way, another one, you know, which we could have done as trade of the day, but we went back and forth with it. But there's Ford. One trade, battery issues. Like, look at this. Look at this trade. Boom to the downside. Boom, there it is again. So those of you on PDT or whatever, this would have been a news-based trade right there that happened. I don't know. Obviously, it came out a little bit up here, and I missed it by a bit, but I was out. I actually was walking around and was talking, and I saw my app. I went there, and I saw CNBC was like, Ford had battery problems, and I just came right back over here, shorted this, 1311, 1308, brought it all the way down. Best fills down here, 1280. So, yeah, man, today, good day so far. Not a great day because we shorted too many early, but late right now, making back a lot of this money here. Google short 50 cents in the money as well right there, off 94. Again, one trade, boom, down into the downside right now. So all is good on this side. We're just trying to get things going a little bit more here, see if we can't make a little bit more cash.
I want to get into that Ford story a little bit more and what it means overall, because it's not good with the F-150 specifically. There's already been horrific reviews of the range specifically on that truck. But anyways, we'll talk about that in a sec. Let's jump into Palantir. That was the big headliner to start things off this morning with their earnings out after the close yesterday. The forecast of profitability coming as soon as the end of this year on the full year basis overall, obviously. So Palantir, yeah, holding on to a nice gain overall. Kind of choppy though, guys. We're grinding back towards 9 here.
It was choppy, but I think overall, like you understand like what happens to the stock. And as we've seen this happen before on Palantir, where it gaps to the upside, it already told you at 9:30 that it was coming back in. Like there was no real bounce. You can see just straight up lower highs. And the ranges are pretty clean. Like on the 15 minutes, you got like 925 up here. Ignore some of the crazy wicks you see in the aftermarket, but then holds that at 830. So I came in, I liked 835, and that just came with, okay, well, where's the consolidation down here? You got about 820. You had this consolidation here about 850. Let's go in the middle of that. That's the buy zone for me. If it's going to get sold off on earnings, I allowed it to come into that zone, was able to catch the dip twice. I didn't really hold it till the end, and most of the reason why is this wick right here. Like it did that crazy up and down move. At this point, I'm thinking it can carry 880, get you into that 920 top, but it did that crazy wick to the downside. On those dips, I was looking Microsoft at 270, which I liked as a trade. You know, obviously this one would have been a good one to pick back up, but I knew the level I wanted to get, waited around to make sure I only got that price. In and out pretty clean on Palantir. Just wish I'd held on to it, but when it does this, I'm gonna get something here at the end of the day. It's just more not grabbing that lower high again because it gave you pretty much that same entry. That's 80.35. that original price for the first entry that it ticks down to, and then you see it running. So, you respect your levels and try to stick to them, but you got to find your way sometimes to go back to them a little bit later on in the session, because that was right at 11 o'clock when we were getting off the air there. You get up, go to the can, come back, and it's like, oh yeah, that's the price I liked, but then it's too late.
Yeah, so we did really well on Palantir. We averaged in 3 times down here. First take was at 850. Then the market just kept going down, right? And I was like, you know what? If we're going to be long on anything, it's going to be Palantir. And it was really the only long that we had. And we brought it all the way back and made some great tops. So we had the bottom of the day. This is what I'm talking about Palantir and trading, right? We have the bottom of the day and the top of the day right there in Palantir within 20 minutes. So, and then we tried to respect that top. Oh, actually, the top's right now, actually. Sorry, my screen wasn't over there. Well, same level, 90. But right back in again. So Palantir continues to make a little bit of cash here, making moves downside here for PLTR. Let's just see if it can continue to make that money now. Palantir back in for the day. Nice move upside here. I'm still looking at 9, but hey, look, make profitability, check. Right, M&A talk, check. 55% year-over-year increase in contracts, check. AI, boom. So, I mean, these guys are checking all the boxes. I'm really bullish for Palantir moving forward. It's a decent position of mine, so you guys already know that. So we're not just talking up our own book. I just gave you a few reasons there. But again, their guide wasn't that great. There are reasons for concern here in PLTR, but 99 problems Palantir for me ain't one. Ford, on the other hand, which thank you, Tease Trade, man. You talked about that. If you're going to follow anybody on Twitter, you guys can definitely follow me if you want. I'm posting out trades. We all are posting trades here. Here's Ford. As soon as I got it, tweeted it out. Boom, right there. Let me settle down, man. This was in a couple, 3 minutes. Huge move down there for Ford. So that's coming up right now. The F-150, we tout how popular that truck is all the time, Brendo, but they got to get things worked out with the batteries.
So they're halting, guys, entirely production and sales of the F-150 Lightning on this potential, quote-unquote, battery issues. This is obviously the European headline that we were looking at this morning. Some job cuts coming through in Europe as well. Here, let me bring this over. That, when it loads, is going to be the F-150 headline that came out at lunchtime. So halting production, halting sales for the time being of the Lightning based on this quote-unquote battery issue. We just saw yesterday, guys, they're going to spend $3+ billion on building a new battery plant to accommodate for some of this. So what is going on here with Ford?
Well, so here's the thing. I was up. I came back, and Sean's like, oh, my God, Ford. But it was already tanking. So it's like, what are you going to do? I mean, I wasn't going to short the lows on Ford. However, GM might stand to benefit from some weakness on Ford. So I just said, okay, well, if GM was here when Ford made the move and bounced off VWAP and was already holding a general trend to the upside, okay, well, if it dips back down, does it make sense to me that GM should trade worse or lower on the trend unless the market falls apart or Ford, just automatically goes crazy reversal? I didn't think so. So I just said, okay, let's go over, wait for GM to do what it was already doing, which is bouncing off VWAP, let it bounce off VWAP, and then take it back toward the high. So I was looking for that sympathy play. The thing is, sometimes you might not catch the news when it happens, right? Like you can see Ford here, and Sean will show you the trade in a second, so I probably don't need to do this. But you can see, this is what happens in Ford. I don't need to necessarily chase it. I feel like if you have it up here, great. Maybe you're looking for the 13 retrace. I just want something I felt a little bit more confident about on the way back in, which was the thesis that you already had a strong trend in GM. GM already had better earnings as well. Ford missed, GM were strong, trending to the upside on the daily. Everything about it just looked stronger on the chart, even the last couple of days, breaking another consolidation to the upside. Maybe it stalls at 43. I'm not sure we can get past that price unless the market does something crazy, but I just went over to the name that I could find a trade on when I missed out on Ford because I wasn't at the desk at the time that crazy news happens. But that's what you have to do. Don't necessarily chase. Find a plan. Come up with a plan. Don't get that FOMO. There's always something else you can look for in that moment.
I mean, you guys already know what's good.
Money,
So that's it, man. We've already talked about Ford. It was an absolutely banger of a trade, and that's what you guys want. One trade, boom, right there, Ford. Nice move to the downside. It's what I'm looking for from now on. I'm looking for one good trade. That was a good one. News-based play. There's really nothing else to it. It just dropped down. You can see the volume really picked up. Now the volume is pretty dead again. So I only have right now about 10%. It's a little bit, a few fills, odd fills in here, but about 10% left of this move, bringing it back down in. Pretty easy for me. We liked it, hit it twice. Could have hit it even more. Like I said, I also wasn't at my desk, saw the news come in, ran over here, shorted it immediately because we've been talking, we've had Randy on the show, like Neil mentioned. We've been talking about some Ford problems. And then they had that the Chinese battery story was yesterday or a few days ago. So I was just like, nah, that makes perfect sense. Now they're coming out and talking about battery issues. So yeah, Ford to the downside, a pretty easy trade. And I'm going to say that was a good idea. So whether or not you like pineapple or not on your pizza, hopefully you had that Ford
right here.
short. So there it is, Ford to the downside. Congratulations. Anyone has this, anyone following me on that trade, good job.
Randy approves. Randy strolling in as we're talking about Ford falling off a cliff so far today. This is Nvidia. Let's go on. Nvidia at day highs, or just testing day highs right now, up 5%. It was Bank of America with an upgrade on, or not necessarily an upgrade. They maintained their buy, increased their price target, and then benchmark analysts do the same for AMD. Obviously, there's a ton of AI connection here as far as chips are concerned. We've been talking about that over the past week or so. If you look at the market, dead flat right now, guys. The S&P dead flat, 0.4 for the NASDAQ. Here's Nvidia up 5% on the day.
Nvidia is a darn beast, man. That stock it's stupid. But first things, I reloaded an Alphabet in front of 94 there, so that's a re-entry. I just want to make sure you guys know what's going on with what we're looking at here. I had two things to the long side that it's like, what were you even thinking about? Nvidia, I don't know what's going on there, but I had a short off 220 because I like the 220 level. And if you remember when 830 hit, it's like, okay, lower highs, and I was working with that on Google. So I shorted right in front of 220. Now this trade, on a 3-minute candle, it's hard to tell how long this trade lasted, but just try to imagine this trade lasted as short as you think it did, which was like seconds. Like I got filled in front of 220, it broke 220, but no reversal there. I then shorted off 225, next $5, scalp trade, reversed into the long. Now the thing is, I quickly got some out here, didn't adjust my stop with the intention of getting back in the short to scalp some more. Decided I really didn't want that short and was reversed into the long, but I wasn't looking for the long. So I just immediately took it out. That took seconds. Essentially on that break, when I got out of the stop and got reversed long, it was the easiest 50 pennies you could have ever made because I just hit offer, enter, and was out. Now that probably should have been a hint to try to continue the long, but I didn't do it. And now Nvidia is absolutely screaming. At this point, the only thing that you have standing in its way is this high. Not 230, well, not 229, today's high, but going back to last week, that 230 level, it's gone bottom to top here. This is an absolute monster. It's a beast. As it was going, I did have some good shorts on Intel because it was relatively weak, but eventually that stopped out too. Now, if Intel gets to the high, I might fade Intel off the tops, but I'm not shorting Nvidia. If I short a chip name, it is once again going to go back to the well. I'll short Intel off the highs. I'll short Intel at 29. But that Nvidia 230, if it turns there, I'll short something else.
All right, we just reloaded Apple right now. We're going to get, okay, there we go. We got some more there. So we're reloaded Apple right now on the high side. I don't have any chip names to talk about. We're going to watch out to see if Apple takes out this high right there, 29. Yeah, I don't, the shorts, I'm only reloading it right now because we've just had a lot of damage right there that we were able to make money on that move down. So let's reload this here on Apple. And then if we're able just to sort of scalp out here as we go, that bottom is 153 again. So we'll see about taking off first a little bit here and then a little bit more if it gets back down sub 153. So right now, reloaded on Apple into the short. Has nothing to do at all with chips or anything like that, but we're going to reload this name back down. So let's watch out to see what happens here with Apple. There we go. we just got more shares on the upside. So Apple's now pretty loaded up for me. Let's see where we go on this name. Downside, hopefully, for AAPL right now, guys. So here we go. We just got filled at 11s. Hopefully more to come on the downside for Apple. Possibly a big trade here if the market wants to go down.
All right, let's talk Tesla here. Pradley and I were just discussing the fact that this thing's right at day highs as well. What a day here, 5%. There wasn't much in the way of positive news catalysts this morning. We did come off heading into the open, heading into that CPI print. Big tank down to 188. Now sitting here at 204 and change, guys, up 5% for Tesla. You know, just another day. Is the negativity, though, surrounding this Ford story benefiting here?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how it couldn't be. Tesla was strong anyways, but, I mean, yeah. If it's bad for Ford, it's going to be good for their competitors to a certain extent. But, you know, if it's F-150, I would tend to think that that benefits GM just a little bit more directly. That's why I'm in GM. I had one trade off 200. That was the only level I was looking at on Tesla. Again, like Nvidia, I didn't hold it. I'll be up, but it's like it goes 200, scalp out in front of 201, get out in front of 202. Yay, we made money. Look what the stock did. Went all the way to like 205, and now bouncing higher. Like it bounces off VWAP, shows you that first consolidation pullback right at the open. All the strong names managed to hold it pretty well. We'll get to Microsoft at some point, I think. But you know, Tesla at this point, it's either take out 205 or look for the dip into 200. I don't know that I like anything in between, and we're a lot closer to the 205 than we are to the 200 level. So that's what I'm looking for next on Tesla. If we do get this dip, Google, VWAP, I'm going to get some out in front of it, and then it's got to get down to at least close to that 200 level before I like it. So I don't want to trade 01s, 02s, 03s. I want 05s or I want evens.
Oh, let's wake up. There it is. Apple. Nice little downside move right there. We get the sirens going. Thanks, Fahad, for fixing that up, and Pratt and everybody right there. We just got some decent fills back down at 153 there. So, like, I'm more into scalp mode right now, into everything. So, like, take little cuts here back and forth instead of holding for that home run. If a home run comes, man, we're going to step up and hit that out of the park anyways. So, let's wait to see if that comes through. But right now, just scalping back and forth here on Apple. I don't have any Tesla trades. The only one I have today, yeah, I mean, we've already talked about Ford. Nothing in the in that space. But Tesla was weak yesterday. We actually wrote it down here that we would thought that it could be relatively weak today. Uber and Tesla. I guess I have Uber. Uber again. I was going to do this as the trade of the day as just a lesson because look at this, man. Straight upside. What was weak yesterday? Look how weak Uber was yesterday. One of the weakest names. That's why I looked at it today. Normally I don't trade Uber, but look at this, man. We were just shorting it, and this is why I thought it could have been a good lesson for that as well. You know, losing on a trade idea where we were short all the way up. We took advantage of it when it came back up, but then look at it stopping at the 50 period, then taking out new highs. That's something that I got to watch out for. When a stock really isn't trading the way you thought it would, and then it rejects off of key levels, you know that it's coming back and stopping you out. So, again, that's why we got out of the way here. This could have been way nastier than what it was. But Uber today making everything back that it lost yesterday. So, whether or not people are driving around on Teslas or whatever, Uber continues to be a nice trading stock back up to the upside. What was down 5% yesterday, up 4% today. So Uber, good look on that one, man, all the way back to 35 and right now stopping. So, maybe we do have a little bit of a pullback here in Uber today, but just checking back because we're doing Tesla. There's Ford again, not really doing anything. I'm going to hold out on Ford. If it comes back up and takes 13, we can get out. That would still be a winner on that one. And then Apple, the apple of my eye, we're out of more than half when it came back down in here. So, as this came and started filling 153s, we took out half. We'll take another little piece right now, and then we got to figure out our stop because I have not adjusted that yet. But right now, Apple, I like it. We'll see where it goes from here.
The opportunities to come after the close tonight. I mean, there's a couple. There's Roblox tomorrow morning as well, but let's talk about this one. Airbnb, huge monster day yesterday. We get another 2.5% going into the report tonight. I guess a lot of people expecting this to be a little better than expected, but I mean, this is another one, if you zoom out a little bit, that's been absolutely crushed over the past 6 to 8 months, as we've well discussed, even a year. 2.6%, but a nice bounce, obviously. 2.6%, guys, going into what's going to be a very closely watched earnings report for Airbnb.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if the trade this afternoon for it. It's basically been barcoding. I liked 115. I didn't quite catch it at the open. The wicks at the open, they're tricky because it goes down there so quickly. Like you either have a bid that gets picked up, or you're just this is the stock that you're focused on, and your hands are on the keys level 2 to go punch long. And Airbnb was never the case. I was trying to pick it up in front of this level, just kind of rest to stop 114.70. So I was sitting in front of 10s. I never got to fill. Now it's gone. I don't think we see a trade unless this takes out the 121 high. All it's done is get right up to the high in the week. So unless you're breaking the highs or wanting to short off those highs, not much of a trade there. But Sean mentioned Uber just now. And my first thought was, if that's so strong, what's Lyft doing? Because I don't know if you guys remember, but Lyft didn't have a good quarter. It kind of sucked. It was really, really bad. But look at what Lyft is doing. That's 1, 2, 3 times. Those are not BS wicks on my 15-minute chart. Those are actual reversals here, like at $10.62. So I like to short off this level. So I'm going to short Lyft here. And I understand the market can go up and Uber can go higher, but I'm going to take a shot at Lyft just in front of that 62, sit in it, look for VWAP. Can probably risk 3 to 5 pennies to try to make 10 to 15. So I'm going to go with that trade, see if it does work. I am looking to reload on GM, General Motors there. If it does pull back in, which it hasn't done just yet, if it comes right back into VWAP, I'm going to rinse and repeat this one every time I get out, and I want to get into more on GM, and it's just been relatively strong, so we'll stick with that. But that Lyft trade, yeah, I mean, part of why it makes a triple top the entire time Uber's making higher highs. So, versus that, it's obviously relatively weak. Now, it's up 1%. I'm not going to say it's down today, but I'm getting on this offer right now. If it breaks that high, we'll give it a couple cents, and then we'll stop out. But I like the risk to reward and the relative weakness that it has.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I mean, unfortunately, I just have to punch short right now on Amazon. We just got taken out of our Apple trade. It's fine. That's why we took that profit halfway down. So it was a good trade for us. But Amazon right now trying to break above this 10 level. We just spiked up there. So I want to try to take the risk into like 20 right now for Amazon. Could completely fall down. You know, we've already lost on Amazon today trying to grab this short. So right now we're going to try it again off this level here, 10 or so for Amazon. We're short at O's right now, so we got to get a little bit of a better price in here in order to make a little bit of cash if we're going to at all on this trade. So Amazon, what is that high that I said, 16 right there? Yeah, so that's probably something to look at right here as well. So we'll go short Amazon right now against that high of 12. That's 12. That's 17. Let's give it to 20 right now. AMZN, Amazon right now. Where's my next short? Okay, so I have another short there at 15. So, all right, we'll give it a little bit higher than that. But right now, Amazon is working to the upside now. Not a great price. We're short at 01, but yeah, we're 3 cents out. I can't believe I'm saying that's not a great price. All right, let's just move forward with it. Here we go. Let's see if Amazon wants to fall down. We did get stopped out of our Apple trade. What is Apple at right now? Okay, so Apple's continuing to go higher. That's why we took the profit then out for flat there, so not bad. It was about a 5 cent hit there. And then Google, I tried to buy some more down here, missed it at 73, so maybe this falls back and we're able to take advantage of that as well. But right now, new position short Amazon against 20.
Here comes Tesla 205. It's got a bit of a level on the offer. I mean, for Tesla doing 168 million shares, it's not enough to really concern you. If you were short this, you would say, okay, well, I got a bit of a wall there. You might have some resistance. You know, now all of a sudden it's far enough away that you can't see it, but it is bouncing down. I am looking for the long. So if I was short it at like 95 or something, like that would be a scalp trade that I'm already starting to cover. But I'm looking for it to break that 205 level. I got GM just in case this one does flush to the downside. I have Google short, and I'm looking for this and GM to the long side. I don't really want to be fighting this one too much here. Speaking of Alphabet, let me just go there for a second, and I got another leg in, and just finally got the full position in here in front of that 94, but I want to give it a few pennies past. Like 94.10 area is going to be my stop on Alphabet, and I got to get a little more aggressive in terms of scalping it out, because when it's this strong, you take what you can get to said downside. But this market looks like it is trying to make that press. There goes Tesla. It's through 205, as I kind of always do. Whatever the initial move is, I want to take something. I was able to get, and you're always going to have some slippage when you see a stock like this, but this wasn't that bad. This is the second time today, pace 10 or 11s, and then let's just see how far it can go. This wick up here, I really don't, I mean, who cares? Just some crazy dark pool wick. That doesn't matter to me. I'm looking at the even dollars at this point, like 6 and 7. Yes, that wick went to 7, but fair enough. We'll kind of give it that first dollar and see if it can't give you another leg to the upside after that. Tesla, it's strong. Maybe it benefits from the Ford news, but realistically, Tesla was going ham before this anyways, right? Wow. So we're just trying to go with the grain here. Oh, come on. Actually get to 206 on that move.
Yeah, the market's at day's high right now.
Let's go.
Yeah, so the market's at day's high right now, so nice going on Tesla there. Yeah, trade the strong names, man. We've already lost a lot on Amazon today, so I don't know why I went back in here. But there goes Amazon right now. Looks like it's going to take out 20s. That's our level. We're short at 05, so it looks like we'll lose about 15 cents here on Amazon right now. So we'll see. There it is. Just fell back in there. Let's take something out, man. If it does get back to flat, let's take something out. The market just hit day's high. So yeah, you've been changing that back and forth, man.
Go short right now, then, because every time I flip, someone just said change the bear. You don't want me to do it, man, because every time I've done it, it's signaled a turnaround. It's already happened.
Maybe the people that want you to change it are short.
Right, maybe you're short, because that just means my Tesla's probably screwed. I should add to my Google short. I'm telling you, whatever, for whatever reason, when I change that to a bull, it's the jinx. It's the ultimate jinx.
Well, I'll take it right now because, the amount of shares that I have is pretty good here on Amazon. So we're getting a little bit lighter on it. That's the thing right now, as we just got some 07s right there on Amazon. Our price is only right here. I just had too many shares upside there for the takeout of the day's high. Sometimes when you sort of levitate like that, like we got close to getting stopped out. So, we're not... we're not playing, we're trying to make money here, right? So it's like, that's the one thing you got to keep in mind, man. You are going to have some negative trades on the board, but it's like, if something does come back and something's changed for you, then yeah, get out a little bit there, just like we just did. Not that much, and we still could wind up losing on this trade, but it did come back in, and there's our 07s out right there for a little bit of relief on that. So let's wait to see if it does come back down and fill that 99. But for right now, I'm short. And, the market right here at day's high, it seems like it's crazy to be shorting. It's not day's high. We still have, there's still got more room. But just breaking above right now, these are kind of the levels that I've been playing with here all afternoon, obviously, as it's just been a top here at 12,600. Now you take that out and you instantly go up 30, 40 handles, and it looks like it wants to go even further right now. So there we go. We've adjusted our Amazon. We will get stopped out of this if it does take 99.20. So as the futures continue to go higher here, so does Amazon, so does a lot of these names. So just be careful. We're careful right now. We have the right amount of risk put out here. And if the market drops, we're good. But when it rips, we will take small cuts on our current net. So that's too bad. Be in the long names, man. Tesla's a great one. I don't think there's anything that's short right now, to be honest with you, that I can see. If there is a weak name, let me know. We are short Google right now, but that's only 10 cents in the money.
That's the only one I'm in, because I slapped the fail on Lyft. I got in, and that 3 or 4 cents we're looking to risk, we lost that pretty darn quick. So Lyft through the high. I just took a leg out of GM because it's not at the top like Tesla is. Tesla just got to 06 and turned a little bit there, but General Motors, I think it's heading toward that high. Remember this overhead resistance at 43 on GM? So I'm going to get back on the bid. Well, I was already on the bid anyways, and then we'll see if it can't come back. For now, as the market hasn't taken out the high, this is the only thing left. It's like this 94 area on Google looks pretty good. Everything else looks pretty strong. Nvidia, if you remember how this beast is going, it did not break 230 just to get that one out of the way. Although, if you're tracking it, I don't think you're disappointed that it didn't break 230 if you're long this sucker. It does look like it is getting close. Got to keep moving this out of the way. This is like 230 and 30, like 25, 30 cents up here the last time it got to that price. So it is at that top. If I see it fail that high, I'm looking to punch short on Intel just because I think it's a weaker name, and it'll give me some more leeway in case Nvidia does like an over-under at that high. I just feel like it's a little bit less. One is up 5% and one is flat in the chip space. I don't think that's crazy to say, if I'm looking for a short, I'm going to look for it in Intel and not Nvidia. I think that's just playing it safe, and I like to play it safe when I'm going against the trend, which quite frankly the shorts are right now. So I'm looking for an entry point here in Intel, but I'm waiting till I see some weakness in Nvidia before I do it.
All right. Just looking to see if there's any notes coming through about anything here. Good. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us here. We have a cool thing. Why don't we hit that animation for Neil right now?
He's on my board.
Oh, we'll get in a second. Don't worry about it, Brad. When and if it's there, I put him on the spot there. He's by himself. I didn't even realize Fahad's
Oh yeah,
not
I don't.
there.
That's right.
Yeah, don't even worry about
If
it.
you're enjoying this video, please take a second and hit the like and subscribe on this channel. And never forget, do not put pineapple on your pizza.
There we go. Hit the like and the subscribe.
Damn
and
right.
do not put pineapple on your pizza right there. So, all right. Yeah, you know,
Upstart.
I don't know if there's anything you guys want. No, Neil and Fahad have not raced yet. It won't
In
be
the
for a
summer.
while. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to get a place and a track and all that kind of
Fahad
stuff.
is well, he's kind of gimpy. Like I'm old, but that guy walks around. Like he'll walk these 2 steps like he does all that stuff, man. Like he'll pull a hamstring. And
Oh
race in the lane.
yeah, that race is going to be about 10 meters long before that ends. So yeah, we're I'm excited. I mean,
No, it'll be very different from when that guy on the floor challenged me to basketball, and then I spent like the next 2 days not being able to walk because my knees were messed up. But
yeah, that was another epic
that
moment.
there's a video
I
somewhere.
I
and
think
I
I
don't,
have that
you
video.
Do you have it? Okay, because there's a video somewhere.
Yeah.
Suffice to say, I actually lost that
Yeah,
game.
I hope it works out a little bit better
it
than
will.
that.
It will. I was up, and then
The odds for minus
Then my knee.
450. I don't know. I mean, I gamble
No,
a
no, no.
lot.
You can't put odds on it.
I
because that means someone takes Fahad's side, and I don't want anybody losing money betting on Fahad in a race. I don't want that to happen. I love you guys. I'm being serious here. Like, why would? No, don't do it.
I mean, but people want to do it.
No, they don't. You
I
really
mean,
don't.
yeah, this is not going down by tomorrow. Don't worry. Tomorrow we have retail sales coming through.
Holy
so,
mother of Silvergate.
yeah, Silvergate. We can have a. You want to have a look at that? Was it still ripping to the upside? I'm not
Little
even
bit.
on it. So
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
You know, I was supposed to have a stop to go long on Silvergate, so I'm
Little
kind of
bit of
scratching my
rippage.
head like, okay, so Mr. Soros.
I should still be long Palantir.
Bring me a treat. Yeah, where are we going? It could go easily. This could get really interesting. Up 70% short, 70% short interest. It's got more room that it can go. So if it does any kind of a checkup here at 18, let's see 1730 to 1750 on the way back. I'm just looking at the levels at this point. Like it tries to hold the previous high on the way back in. That's what it did on this breakout. Kind of dipped in there. I was shorted at that time, which is crazy. But yeah, look for it to hold right around the quarter to 40 mark on kind of dip. So I'm going to get out there and just sort of see what happens. Like what else are you looking for here? Like this is moving. It's up 20%. You know the float's in there, so it can trend to the upside. I can have a stop set just beneath 17 even, so the risk to reward isn't all that bad. Tesla, I want to hold on to this for the 06 break. Like, look how far it's traveled.
It's going to go.
You
The
can't go
market-
another couple of dollars. Come on, you can go
Couple
another couple of
dollars.
dollars, Tesla. So where'd this one come from? So 05, it's now
206.
holding 06. So as far as I'm concerned, if it wants to consolidate here, maybe we can just rinse and repeat 05s or just take the 06 break when it happens and then do that to 7 and then do that to 8. But it's the Google trade that I got to be at least a little bit worried about because it's not really even falling at this point. If it cracks 94.10, I give up. I'm out. As Jar Jar Binks said, I give up. What are you going to do? Like, it's been a good short. A lot of the day, it's just, it'll give you a level, it'll give you entry points if you're patient with it. But at this point, you're just fighting the trend, right? Like, the trend broke early this morning. When I was talking about the trade of the day, the trend broke right here. And there's my trend line gone again. But it broke right here. And I was still working to short it at that level. Okay off 94, but man, it's been a long since about 12.15, I would say. And if it breaks 94, 94.10, I'm just out.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing here on Google right now. I'll reload a little bit here at 96.97. So there it is right there. We'll just reload a little bit. You know, we got a great, I mean, we got another out there at 81. So, you know, that's why I'm kind of like secretly making some plays here for today. I mean, it's not secretly. Yeah, we've put our order out there. It got filled. So we'll go short right now.
That's
Completely not secret. We just got short. You see the fill right there. So the only trade that I'm working on right now, Ford, I don't have that much on. Google, I don't have that much on. The market's strong here, taking out highs, everything, yada, yada. So for me, yeah, just really embarrassed because we talked about Palantir and how good of a long that was, and that's back. That's not back. That's at 9 right now. Palantir at 9, which is amazing. I tried to get cute here, and at first I went long, and then it didn't work, so then I went short, and we actually covered our 30 right here at this top, which is that cover right there. Then we went went, well, first we went long and then we went short. It was just back and forth here at 75 and 80 against this day's high. And then we kind of left it alone, which, you know, that was our sell there at the 50 period. So you couldn't really use the 50 period. So, you know, realistically, I couldn't have got back into this unless it did. I mean, we could have just held all day, which, you know, is what we should have done. But, you know, Palantir, nice move up. And I just messaged right now that maybe we should be getting some out of Palantir. It's been a nice run up. I'm long. I think it was 780, 810, something like that on Palantir. I'm going to find, I said I'd find out and I didn't.
Is that $9?
Where my average price is right now. But it's a nice move back up. And then just quickly, the only position that I'm worried about here is Amazon. And worried, I don't know if worried's the right word, but, you know, not happy with it is more the thing. It's not really moving down. I could take out, we're short at 06. I mean, it just keeps bouncing off O's. So we could be taking here like right now. You know, it could come down, you take 6 pennies. Nah, we're only risking 20 pennies, sorry, up to 20. So we're only risking 15 pennies. But, you know, this needs to fall down. Like that's 15 pennies right there, 90. So hopefully we can get back into 90. That's, my bid is actually lower. My bid's in the 70s right now. So hopefully we do get a fall down here on Amazon, but it's got to break O's first. And it just keeps on bouncing like right now, bounce, bounce, bounce. So I don't know. I like it. I talked about retail numbers coming tomorrow. CPI was weaker today. You know, it would make sense that retail might be a little weaker tomorrow as well. I don't know. I mean, that's not necessarily why I'm in this Amazon trade. I like it for the weakness. Let's just see what happens now. It's not even weak today. The problem is down half. It's pretty strong. I mean, it's pretty strong. But down half, you know, against an up half market, you know, relatively weak is the right word. But there's Google here again, a name that we know has been weak for a while. And look at that again. This is the money that we're talking about, right? Like this is what we do. You know, you put on shares, it comes back in. There's the scalp out again. So, you know, we're making money. We're making money. It's just the dramatic move hasn't happened to the downside for me yet. So hopefully there it is again. Amazon, honestly, dude, like, are you just?
But it's okay because they're going all in on groceries.
I can't get it out. Are they really?
Well, that was the thing. That's what I read this morning. They're doubling down on the physical.
We get so many points on those PC Optimum.
The physical
like,
thing. Yeah.
We have like $700 in like those Loblaws points. It's like absolutely ridiculous.
Hey man,
but,
points are points.
Yep.
Nobody's gonna catch me paying to fly to Halifax to visit my brother. I'm all about points. You just get them wherever you can. It's just whatever. Take advantage of it. I did just get Silvergate. I want to talk about Upstart because people keep asking us about Upstart. And I know it's making a huge move going into earnings. It has like 2 days in a row. But SI did pop back down into that breakout price. So I picked it up here at 32. I like that number. We'll get some 50s. We'll take some high of the day. I tried adding at 20s, but it never really got down here. So I do want to get a little more in this consolidation, see how far it can bounce to the upside on SI. But Upstart is on an absolute, it's been a runner. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been strong, just a little bit going into earnings. I'll go to the 15 because you basically have to see this in context. Like, this was up at 21 and a half, 21 and a half just a few days ago, and then like 26 if you go back to last week. So in the context of the last couple of weeks, it hasn't done much. But if you look at the bottom channel and someone's saying, is it a short up here? I don't know, because if it's above this, like consolidation, like yesterday's high, and holding above there, when I zoom out, that looks to me like it's long, trying to break, and then there's way more room to the upside as opposed to picking the short after it's broken yesterday's high. So when I zoom out, it's like, yeah, when you look at it today, okay, well, that looks like a short. Okay, short here, give it to the high of the day. When you zoom out to the 15-minute, that stock looks like one that wants to go. And if it wants to go, then I don't need to be part of it, man. I have no trouble sort of getting out of the way of a moving freight train and then trying to join the train if it moves to the upside. Silvergate we picked up on the way back in. Tesla still does not want to seem to break. It just got 06 over-undered here. It's hard to see unless I zoom right in. It broke 06, got to 20s. I still want to reload off the 05 level, looking like it'll just give us that barcode and then break the 6s if I can catch a reload. But if it reclaims 6, I might just take an entry off the new high. So, you know, if it just wants to hold above this 6 level, might just have to buy it up here and join the trend in that regard. I never got the dip buy in GM, so we're just riding with what we have because it hasn't come down far enough for us to get a re-entry. Google's really close to stopping me out, so that's probably going to happen at this point.
I mean, Yeah, and I'm still working the same trades, man. We took the Google short. I mean, the Amazon trade, like I was sort of mocking it because it doesn't want to get out at O's. So, you know, probably should have just switched it over and gone a little long there at O's instead of short. You know, because when you're seeing, like I just should have said, okay, I'm out. And then right now we'd be spinning it because it'd be 20 cents in the money. And we'd be like, oh, that's exactly what we thought would happen. But, you know, that's the market for you. Look at here, the DXY right now. Someone put it in there and was like, you know, the market makers win today. Yeah, I mean, I don't, you know, and this is sort of what I was going to say is like, I just look back at my month, my week, last month, things like that. And it's like, you know what? I'll give the market one day today. And if it wants one day, you can have it, you know. We talk about all the time that rhetoric of like Michael Jordan missed more shots than he took. I mean, today, or that he made, today you're going to, you know, get that experience in the market, it seems like. It's up and down and it's around. The longs could have won, the shorts could have won, and ultimately at the end of the day, you know, you're going to finish. It's at the high, so you should be net long. I mean, that's just what it was. And unfortunately, all these losses that I've had today have all been on the short side of things. Like, there goes Google, right? And it's just like, fine. We're still up on, like, we just got stopped out. We're down on Amazon, but we're up. Like, this is the thing. We're up. I told you, Apple, net, the #1 name here today. Right? So there you go. So Apple, boom, huge move upside. We definitely captured it. And look at all my trades. All short on Apple, the #1 name. So there you go. Amazon, the #1 name, getting destroyed today. So I own them all here. #1 down name, #1 up name. Apple today, or Amazon today, getting absolutely destroyed for me. Up and down, you know, not great there. Ford, great. Ford was a banger, man. We love Ford today. That's, again, big time up stock. Google today for me. Up again on this name. And look what we did. Just two shorts, back-to-back jacks. Again, the #2 name right there, Google. And then you go down, Meta. Destroyed today. I got killed on Meta today. Too choppy right there. Should have left it alone. Figured myself out. Right here was good. Early, not good. Microsoft, another one. Too short. Short. Blown out. Upside short. We thought Microsoft was weak. It wasn't. Palantir, we like, but we should still be long Palantir. So I consider this, although a big stock for me today, definitely should still be long. Not great on that one. Roblox, early. Not much talk about here. We went short against 35. It broke. High side move now at the high of the day. And then Uber, I still think I could have done this as the trade of the day. We really biased based on what happened yesterday into Uber short when it ripped back up and gave us this 35 right around here where we hovered around 3 o'clock. That was a short bias right there. So you could see it's probably a little bit more negative names than positive names, but because I just dug in a little bit too much on the short side, we will wind up the day red. And that's just about as honest as I can be to you. First red day this month is what it is, and unless I can get something here, which we'll still find some trades, then we will be negative again. But look, or today, Amazon, see, takes me out, then just hovers around here again. So I don't know. Same thing just happened with Google, back below 94 now. So I don't know. I think the best thing to do would either be wait for something to hit its high day again, or just kind of maybe slow down and not do anything. I don't know. Palantir still above 9 right now. Ugh.
So Tesla did just make a bit of a turn here. So I reloaded it. We'll see if this one's still good. It just got to 0680, let's just say, somewhere around there. It looks like 0680. I actually threw an offer up at 208 just there for the scaling, but I reloaded it in front of 205.5. So we took the break at 05, we took the break at 06, we reloaded at 5.5, want to give it to 5. But I just saw this happen. I said I was going to wait for it. This is Nvidia, that's 230. What do you think I did? The second I saw 230 go on Nvidia, I was like, oh, I don't want to stand in front of that freight train, but if it turns around, I'm going to short Intel. So I just grabbed short Intel. I didn't really get a great initial price. I just added to it here, shorting Intel off the high of the day. Also Nvidia's, where the hell the rest of my Intel go? So now I'm short off of this high. I'm just going to go to my 15 because it's nice and reliable. So I have 28.72 as the top. I'm short here 10 cents off of it. Once we get down to like that low 50s range, I'm going to start taking it out. If Nvidia reclaims the high, my guess is Intel won't have done it yet, so we'll have some time to be able to get out of that one. But yeah, still long in SI somehow because, you know what, on the way back in, it's actually bounced right. I thought it might bounce, but where's the follow through, man? Where is my follow through? Like, give me one shot into 1750, gives me the reload 1720, and now it's just kind of trending back to the downside. So maybe this one is done. If it gets past that 17, we'll give it up. I decided I wanted to join thinking there was more upside. Market wants to go. Silvergate might be done. Brendo.
I was just trying to pull up this quote, but an interesting one from Coca-Cola's CEO. There's a little uptick there. The CEO of the company saying possibly getting into coffee. Saying, quote unquote, there's lots of money in it. If we can find a path, there's a tremendous growth opportunity for the Coke system, for coffee, guys, for Coke.
Yeah.
The world is addicted to coffee, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
Everyone except for Prad.
Yeah, caffeine.
Oh, caffeine.
Yeah, well, caffeine's a drug, so yeah, that would make sense there.
Fahad's not addicted to it because Fahad can't get addicted.
I'm not addicted to it either.
But Fahad can't get addicted to anything.
No, he cannot.
His willpower is too strong.
Yep.
Actual quote. I'm not saying that to be funny. He
Yeah, but it's not funny. It's true.
No, he explained that to us for like a half an hour that it was impossible.
Yep. Yeah, very, 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 very interesting dude, Fahad. You guys know that already, so we don't really need to explain that too much. All right, so I'm back into the short on Google. Whatever. It looks like we'll lose on this one again. Let's just see if it goes. I mean, if there's going to be one name to be short, to me, against that level, Google's been weak. The market pulling down a little bit right now. Let's see if we could take, I mean, what do we have? Just retail sales tomorrow?
That's it. Just the few big names.
We're just turning over shares right now. Like, I just feel so stupid because, like, Amazon just came back in again. Like, Google's right back. Like, Google got taken out right there at 10s for some reason. And then, well, not for some reason. That's fine. And then it just, like, we got taken out at 10, and then it drops right back to 84 again. You know, so I don't know. Let's see here, man. I mean, we had Fed speak today. Fed Logan, who the heck is that? That guy came out today and said some stuff. Williams was saying some stuff today as well. And here we go, man. I guess I should know who Logan is. This market is just ripping right now, back up to the ups. Not the market. Google is for sure. But the market's not ripping, I should say. But we'll have to watch out for that 1264, maybe the high. I'm just more disappointed in myself because we talked about it even before. You can rewind the tape, man. Just go back to 8:25 when we went live. And I was like, watch out for 12,400. You know, that came in and that gave us the short and we don't have it. So yeah, 12,400 there on the NASDAQ. Definitely something to be watched out for. Here goes Google, man. We're going to get stopped out again. It's paper cuts, but it sucks. Like 94.20, 94.15 here, the high of the day. We're going to stop ourselves out right now on this name, unfortunately.
So Tesla's actually starting to show some signs of weakness here. I got that reload, but now you're starting to see, like, it's doing that barcode thing again. It has to make the next leg to the upside. It's going to be that 207. Like, in front of 207 is pretty obviously going to be the next out. You can kind of see that there. And Silvergate, I think probably going to slap the L on Silvergate. It just doesn't seem to want to bounce. Upstart gets pretty interesting if it wants to make a move here, but that's not even, like, if that had taken out the top, I was kind of showing that 15-minute where, like, Upstart had a lot of room to run. It's not even moving. Like, look at the barcode action on Upstart. I think we need to see the market make its next leg. Like, I'm already in 2 longs, well, 3 longs. I mean, I don't think Silvergate will last very long, but 3 longs, and I still have that Intel short. But I want to see a break of the range. I want to see something get to a new price area before we're just chopping ourselves out there. That's why I kind of went over to Silvergate, thinking it had just made a new range. If it can hold that breakout, it can start going again. Jump over to something that was showing you something new. Tesla was showing me something new. Intel, mostly about that Nvidia high at 230. But the market just seems to want to hang around off the lower highs and not go anywhere. And speaking of Nvidia, I mean, oh man, if Nvidia takes this top out, like, this is going to be, it's epic. I'm not completely convinced it can happen, quite frankly, just given the last couple of days. This was at $200 just 2 days ago. And if you look at where this has been going for the last few weeks, like, this just feels so overcooked that is it really going to take out the top on the CPI print that we had? At least I'm shorting Intel is all I can say, because it is really tempting to be short right in front of 230. Like 29.95 and just go short in front of that sucker, or 85 or 75. But I'm trying not to do it and trying to short Intel instead. But it's tempting. I feel like Nvidia's gone pretty far. I'm happy that it's up, but sheesh is all I can say with this one.
Yeah, don't give me any short ideas because I'll probably just take them. Okay, I don't know. Like, so right now it looks so there goes Google. Like, I'm just watching it. There it goes, stopped out. So we sort of thought that might be coming through again. None of the shorts, and they're just all small hits. Trying to find something that might work for us, man. And I right now it doesn't seem to be anything. If anything, maybe they're just all reversals. I don't know if we want to go long at this level right now. We're heading into power hour right now, so we can regroup everything and look for something. I've already showed you some great trades that we had earlier on, right? Like this is dollars coming back in on a name like an Apple.
Roblox
so there are lots of trades. Yeah, Roblox is at the high of the day as well. Uber's up 35 bucks and still going. So I don't know. What do we think? Like, there's so many names that I look at and I'm like, these are great levels. And then do we really think the market's going to just continue to march higher? Well, I mean, if you guys think so, fine. But yeah.
But doesn't Roblox look like
maybe
short?
Coinbase you guys are talking about? Maybe.
I don't know. I took my hit on Coinbase this morning.
Maybe
Coinbase is my worst stock today because I find shorts on Coinbase aren't always easy. Shorts aren't easy on Coinbase, I almost said there. Like everything I pull up, it's like, look at Roblox. That looks great. I saw someone put that in the chat. That looks like a short too, right here, right now, in front of 36.75. Like double top. Last 3 days, you've been holding this channel, breaks 36. I'm trying to talk. It's like I almost don't want to be doing it, but coin is a tricky one. Roblox really feels like a short. That really does. That's hard not to put on. But Coinbase, I even had this at the top. Like, that's how tricky it was. And it's like the over-under at 60, well, that goes to 61. So when I'm looking to short the 60 level, it says, okay, do you really want to hold at $1.30 against you? My answer was nope. And the right answer was yup. And I didn't do it. So I don't like that trade. I find like Coinbase, when it's squeezing, fine. Or when it overextends, like it goes totally parabolic, like that one day it went to 110. Those are the days that you can safely or more easily short Coinbase when it goes a little bit too far. But Roblox, I like that. I like that in the chat. That's a good one because you don't just have today's high. You kind of have also going all the way back into Friday, that 35.75. So I know exactly where we're going to be wrong on this. And I know, okay, you're shorting off the top. I get it, but we're at resistance levels. And if it looks relatively weak, and this is a pretty big level, it needs to clear 36 for me to think a long appears any good anyways. So I'm going to go for the short in Roblox. We'll see if it works. But I like the level. Brendo, what's happening now?
Hey guys, yeah, into the final hour we go of the day. Still holding on to positive territory for the most part across the board here, but it is the Dow kind of lagging a little bit. Back into the red, 0.2, 0.14 for the S&P with 60 minutes to go. Small caps finally catching up as well. They've been relatively weak all day. Look at the NASDAQ, though, 0.5%, 0.65, still leading the way for the big ones, the 100. Here's what we were discussing this morning. If you were joining us way back in the pre-market, Palantir, Microsoft, Airbnb, among a whole bunch of other ones. Palantir is still among the best performers on the watch list today, along with Microsoft. Nice day for Airbnb into earnings, as we discussed after the close tonight. If you missed it this morning, inflation up 0.5% in January, more than expected, and up 6.4% from a year ago, which was exactly what everyone was expecting. So kind of a flat day for the overall market. There's Tesla still. Look at this, day highs right now. It's crazy. 6% again today for Tesla, guys.
Yeah, Tesla, but it won't go to 207. Like, it's just, I want 07s here. Like, we got the reentry, and it wants to go to 06, like half. It wants to go to 06, 40 a couple of times there. And I'm just looking for that top. Maybe I should just accept where it does want to go and not where I want it to go. And if I get the 40s, take it and then just reload at a better price if I still like it. I grabbed Roblox. I got Intel. I feel like if the market flushes from here, fine. We'll get stopped out of Tesla. We'll get stopped out of Silvergate and GM maybe. GM's actually pretty strong, so maybe that doesn't happen. And then we'll try to hold on to the shorts. General Motors is not doing anything. And Silvergate just tried again. It just tried again to get up there and could not take out this 17.5. That's a little, now this looks even weaker because you're getting another lower high. It's going to have, if it goes up to 40s again, I got to be able to take it because suddenly you have a failed break of the high of the day and a couple of lower highs. Normally that's a short setup, so might have to get out of Dodge on that one.
All right. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't feel bad. Like, I know that if you guys are following me today, it's probably not a great idea. But, well, it probably is a good idea, actually. Right now, so Google, we finally got it back in. We have a way bigger position now. Not bigger, the same position we had before. You can see, man, we take like a 10-cent hit and now we're 20 cents in the money. So, you know, we're back making money in Google again right now as it falls back. Let's just see how far it falls. I don't know where this is going to go, but we've just been taking it out on the way down, like small paper cuts, but big outs down here at 94. So, you know, this is what we're doing. We said we would start to scalp a little bit right now. So that's what we're doing. I'm just going to take some more out here. 99, if we can get that fill, we'll take some more here. We're short. There it is. So we're short at 18s, out some 99s. Now let me just cancel that. And now let's see if we could fall the rest of the day. I mean, this is what we've been wanting to do. We are now out of half of this position, and I'm pretty comfortable now just trying to hold it all the way. So let's see if it wants to continue to move down here. Google, you know, let's see. The market, maybe it can get below the 50 period here for once, below the 50 periods in since 2 hours ago. We have never been. So right there, it was 114. Oh, no, sorry, that's 214. That's right, because we're on Chicago time. So we haven't been under there in an hour. So let's see if we can get under there right now, and then we'll see about Google. Hopefully retracing back down. It's having a hard time now at this level, so we're going to watch it. I'm not doing anything else with Amazon. I still have a baby short in this one, and I'm not doing anything to this. Like if this takes out 99.25, we're gone on Amazon. So, yep. You know, my day right now doesn't rely on Google, but we do have it in, and hopefully it'll make us some money back to the downside. But Amazon, just going to get that stop order ready to go right now. Yo, what's up, Neil? How's it going, my guy?
What's going on?
Right there, 99.20 coming in. All right, here we go. Yes, let's go. Now we just need Google to break. The market's trying to break. We just need Google to break lower. So break yourself, fool. As they say, let's go downside on Google, man. Yes, sir. Back in the pocket now on Google. Good move to the downside. Good job, Whimsical Solid there. Coinbase worked. That's great. I mean, if this market falls down, I feel like all the shorts will cash because there is a bias right now, obviously long. So let's see. Come on, Google. Let's go. Work yourself out. Let's go, man. Hopefully that can come down. Just bounced off 92 there. So let's take another bid. Like here I am just like easing these out, which is fine. That's right in my wheelhouse to do that. There we go. We got a 98. I don't know. I'd hate for this to grip all the way back up and we didn't capture anything. So, you know, we're in the money now, obviously, on this trade and just adjusting our stop. So, man, yeah, still the same stop though. Oh, you want the stop price? 26. So right now, our short on Google's 18. Our stop is 26. Give a little bit of slippage. Yeah, good one. And we get to 28, right? So that's about 10 cents worth of risk. We're now 20 cents in the money. So 2-1. We'd like it a little bit more juicy than that, though.
Yeah, I'd like to see this market come down for the shorts, but I got stopped out of Silvergate. I kind of felt that was getting weak, so we'll slap the fail on Silvergate. And whoops, that's the wrong price in Roblox. But I got the first leg of Roblox out, but I want to be reloading up here. And let's see about VWAP. VWAP makes sense all the way to 35 because the market, it just doesn't want to really flush. However, when the market was turning just there, and the scaling, of course, is a lot of fun on the Tesla chart because it was down at 190 before, I did take some more Tesla out. I did get a reload down here right in that 75, 80 range to improve my average price. But just rinse and repeat. It's putting in some lower highs. I want to hold on to a core long just in case it holds this consolidation level and then see a breakout. Then we can look for like 208 or 208 change. But at some point, this market can easily come to the downside. I'm not taking Intel out because it's not like look at it try to break this floor and it hasn't done it while Nvidia has already dropped like $1. So I want it breaking this floor and then giving me the next level down, breaking that and then giving me the next level down. So as far as I'm concerned, if Nvidia is under 230 and we haven't broken the high day of Intel, I'm trying to get like that actual move on this one because Nvidia has absolutely turned. So Tesla's definitely relatively strong. There's no question about that. General Motors is definitely relatively strong. They're benefiting from the Ford news, I'm going to have to assume. Even that little pullback we saw, not a heck of a lot happening there on GM. However, let's be real. If the market does a real pullback, I don't want this going to VWAP and I don't take profit out. So 42 half just under here. I'm going to slip a trailing stop on General Motors. That way I'm only in Tesla. If both of them break to the downside, well, I'll probably be out of both of them. But if GM goes and Tesla holds strength, I kind of think it's a little bit more likely. Could always be wrong about that, but I'm going to go with Tesla if I have to try to hold on to something without a trailing stop.
Like, I don't know if this Apple Watch thing is working or not here, but I just checked, like, my resting heart rate today is 55 right now. Oh, It thinks I'm talking to it. No, Siri, cancel. See, now it's like,
Well, you said, because you said.
yeah, I'd say I could check my Apple Watch. Okay,
Yeah,
get
I
out of here.
know.
Right now, so it's probably,
second you
I'll probably
said
just send out a tweet about my resting heart rate right now. But anyways, there it is, man, 55. So I don't know. I'm trying to data track it because, as we all know, everybody's going to be different. So I was just looking to see like where's my, because today I'm getting frustrated. Right? Is that good? 55.
That is good.
Okay, good.
You know what? What's interesting to me is
I've looked it up. I know it's good, but
it is good. Mine only spikes. It's the third coffee I have. Like when I get that coffee when everyone's going, once I've ingested that one, it's like 20 to 30 minutes after that. That's my peak heart rate because I actually react to caffeine a lot more than the average person. So I try not to overdo it because it'll really
I've probably
spike.
had like 3 coffees today, but.
But you don't really get that affected by caffeine.
No, caffeine is a moot point.
I have to watch how much
for
I
this
drink.
Italian.
I have to watch.
Get
I
some
can't do
water
it in the
here.
afternoon. Otherwise, I'll have trouble sleeping. Like you very rarely see me have a coffee in the afternoon. Some days I kind of feel like I need it, so I do it. I know it's not the best thing in the world, but you do what you can. I didn't show you guys me getting stopped out in Silvergate, which probably meant just go long. That's me taking the out in Silvergate. That's it, holding this level here, and now it's going back up. Whatever. I'm not gonna fight this. It feels like it was pulling back off that 18 failure as far as I'm concerned. So I'm not gonna fight that one. We're already out. I just got trailed out of. Wow, look at this. I just got trailed out of GM. That was all right. Okay, it bounced off VWAP. Maybe it'll bounce again. I just got out of Tesla at my support. It's gonna be hard to see because.
go.
And then the shorts are starting to come into the downside. Roblox, Intel starting to pay off. Nvidia is now down at 228. But yeah, my longs are now gone, and the shorts are the only things left. The market does want to make a little bit of a pullback in here into power hour. It's still an upward trend, but we're finally getting a decent sized reprieve here. Reprieve.
People say I should take a deep breath.
Reprieve. What kind of a word is that?
What the heck? No, I'm just joking. I was looking at my spike.
That stuff actually does. You can lower your heart rate with some like breathing techniques if you wanted to, but.
Here's what I
Now
found.
you're just gonna keep checking.
It's found spy bingo games. What the?
What did you just ask it? Spy bingo. What do you?
Maybe I was talking about the spy.
What
a
is
little
spy
bit there.
bingo? That sounds actually interesting.
I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to. I have Kevin O'Leary on in 2 days. I'm gonna talk to him about some watches. Last time I'm not going to ruin what I'm going to talk about, even though I just did.
Spy bingo.
Okay, I'm going to talk to him. A couple things. One, spy bingo. I'm going to ask him about tomorrow. Kevin O'Leary. Okay, the 15th. All right, good. Good to know. So I better do some work on what I'm going to talk to that dude about, Mr. Kevin O'Leary. Put in the chat. What do you guys want me to ask him? Put in the chat here. I'll ask him about Chinese air balloons. Yeah, maybe he's the guy flying those around. I'm going to find out.
We don't even know if the other ones are balloons.
No.
They're like
You're
objects.
right. You're right. We don't know.
They're UFOs, right?
We don't know anything apparently about said
it's a real thing.
UFOs. Right. What is spy bingo?
It's a real thing. Spy
There we
bingo.
go.
It's like
go. Apple's not playing around about spy
what the
bingo,
heck?
Neil.
It's a board game.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Apple's
Neil.
not messing around. Spy bingo. Let's go.
Everybody
Why
loves
not?
spy bingo. I mean, if you don't love spy bingo, then bingo is indeed your name-o. Okay, so again, we got some outs there at 80 on Google right now. We are, trust me, Brendan's going to be all over that guy with FTX questions and whatnot, so that's fine. We're ready to rock and roll about that.
Like that'll be covered.
That'll be covered. So don't worry about that. All right. I was just kidding. I sort of know what I'm going to talk to him about. All right. Let's move on. Right now. Okay. So what do you want to talk about? Google. Oh, that's what I want to talk about. Look where it just went back into the 80s. So no matter again what I think about Google, got to respect it. That's a couple times now where we've been short right here at O's and only been able to get out at 80s. So that's a couple times now in a row that we've sort of pop dropped and locked it at 80. So we're going to have to. We're short at 19. Let me take a piece out. I just punched some out there. I got actually half print there. So we just punched a little bit out there. We got O's 94 O half. Look at this move back up to the upside now. So good move upside for Google. And it's a good thing we cashed out there. We did have an upside position in it. We did talk about that. So out a little bit there at Google. We got to watch out, man, because if this cooks back up to the upside, we have our out. So let me just alter this because now I got to change my stop order because we have gotten more out on Google. So there it is. We'll change that. It's falling back in a little bit right now. We're short at 19s. Let me take something at 5, and then we'll just keep on doing this, man. We're scalping it out. We made not a lot of money, but we made some money back on that move down. But again, it's just like pieces. So let's hopefully it comes back down for this trade. And then Amazon, we're short Amazon right here until 25 breaks, so that could happen right now, and then we're out. So let's watch out here for Amazon as it's coming back up to its days, not days high again, but close enough to it. Amazon breaking out through some levels. I keep saying days high, Neil, but we had that
I know
huge,
what you mean.
yeah, we had that huge move at once the market opened between 9:30 and 10. So little fluctuation there. I'm not even really counting that. That's sort of on a side. But yeah,
it's
market rallying.
It's its own level. I always like to call it, like, I'll call it on Powell days, I'll call it the Powell level or the Fed level. Like, I just call that the CPI high. Like, that's your CPI high. You have a lower high off the open there. And then you have the top from the afternoon where you had the big move up in the afternoon and then you stalled out here in the NASDAQ and you've been fighting it ever since. So we're not saying that that's deadly accurate. Obviously, the high of the day is 100 points higher. We get that. It's just, sometimes you classify it differently because it helps the way you think. I find it helps the way I think anyways. I like Microsoft. If this market can go, look at Microsoft just barcoding. This gives you some room. Like Tesla feels like chasing at this point. And I know I got out of that. That long was good, but it wasn't great on Tesla, if it makes sense. 5 to 6, 6 to like almost 7, and then now right back underneath 6. But Microsoft has $2 to 75 and a nice tight consolidation. So if the market gets back to the afternoon high, I want to look for the consolidation break. And I'm a bit carefully saying not the day high, but if we get through the afternoon high, then Softy breaking this consolidation up, there's now plenty of room to the upside. So I want to go for Microsoft. Obviously, I'm only in 2 shorts right now, but I am looking for the other direction if we can catch it. Hit enter twice, and then Intel still doesn't want to break down. It broke this, won't even give me the next level down. I feel like if I'm risking 10 cents, I'm not taking anything till it goes 10 cents. Like this is to me, Nvidia breaking down, only a matter of time before Intel comes to the downside and then has like a million sell imbalance at 330 or 350.
Oh, that's right.
Because that's the other thing. Intel and a lot of these names had big imbalances. They all flipped at 355, but there were significant imbalances yesterday. Just to remind you guys, Nvidia. Okay, so should I have shorted Nvidia instead? Answer equals yes. However, at the time, it didn't feel like the right thing to do. Now, in hindsight, it clearly was the right call to just go short in front of 230 on Nvidia. I didn't. I shorted Intel instead. It is what it is. But I want to thank you guys for pointing out roadblocks because I like this level. I've taken one leg out. I'll reload it all day. You know what? Tomorrow, if we're still looking at this same top in Roblox tomorrow, 35.75 to 36, I'll short that one as well until it breaks. I like these gap down levels where it holds beneath and then you have a clear resistance level. Once it breaks, you can start hunting for longs, but you know what to do underneath it. So thank you guys for pointing that one out in the chat. Another reason to hit the like and subscribe to grow this community because we all help each other. At least I hope we do. That's the plan, right?
Yeah, I think we do, and for sure, hit the like button. Look, we just got a little bit out there on Amazon, but, just because we've seen it come to 99 before and stop, so crazy. We just got a short there at 17, so here it comes back in again. Hopefully we can get another bid. I'm bidding another O's, and then we're bidding a lot lower than that. So if the market does come in a little bit, I mean, you're still bouncing off VWAP. All these names, man. Google bounced off VWAP on the low side. So did Amazon. Probably everything else did. So, let's just be careful with it. Ford as well. Not bouncing off anything right now. I'm going to hold on to Ford. That one's in a completely different pocket. Let's check out Wowee. Let's go, man. Spinning for Palantir shareholders today, man. This is a big one right now as Palantir up to 9.15 right now and still going. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I was actually tried to punch. I did punch this one long right there. And we were able to get long 75, outs like 80s, and then it dropped, and then we got out right there. Like, to have held that would have been amazing. Because we just got out right there, the last piece at 70, and then basically that was the bottom, and then we just ripped up to the north side there on PLTR. So congratulations to Alex Karp and co. As that continues to make a move higher there with Palantir. Yeah, great job, D-Loaf there. You guys, you're long 852. Fantastic. We definitely like that. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. Shout out to my wife and my kids. Love you guys, obviously, regardless of the day. So here we go. Amazon, again, just came back in right there. So if this takes out that high of 20, we'll get out, but we've already adjusted it. Another out for us there. And then Google well traded to the downside there. So, we'll still hold out for Google. If it makes it, it makes it. But for right now, I'm pretty excited the other way here for GOGGLE.
Yeah, and is it amazing or is it immersing? I thought it was immersing. I just saw immersing in the chat there, trader formerly known, was in the chat, so we'll go with immersing. Why not?
Why not?
But every single leg down seems like an opportunity to take some more out of a short. When I say like a stair step, right? So you're getting some stair step action here. There we go. On Roblox, kind of curls here, green candle gets them out, curl here, green candle gets them out. I'm looking for the reload if I get it, but let's just pay ourselves on the shorts when we get an opportunity to do so. My Tesla, what, seriously Tesla? Whoa, Tesla. So Tesla just broke the high.
Yup.
Again. Tesla is on another level right now. I should, you know what, even if I don't get out here, I'm probably out there anyways, but wow, re-entry point off the next consolidation. Tesla's just a long going into the close. So it's just, even if you get out, just find a way back in. Am I really going to the 07 break here? Who am I kidding? Yes, I am. The end, I was being tongue-in-cheek, right? I said either it's dip buys or break the top. So if you don't get the dip buy or get out of the dip buy, it's the break the top. I thought there was room to go to 08, so 7s last time I checked was on the way to 8. That's some simple math for you there. I'll reload Roblox. I've taken nothing out of Intel because I'm being a little bit stubborn with that one. Tesla's on an absolute tear. I said if we got through the afternoon high, I would go long in Microsoft. Tesla broke the top without that happening, but it doesn't mean I don't like the Microsoft consolidation break if the market gets through that level. It's just Tesla is deciding it doesn't care. It's going to go anyways.
All right, shout out. Thanks for the super chat right here. Blue Water Vaccines, BWV right here. Thank you so much for those 5. Is that euros or pounds there? Euros, I guess. BWV, thank you so much. Your favorite show. Thank you so much for watching it as well. Maybe BWV is, I saw it right now. It's $1.70. It's a good stock, obviously. I don't know enough about this whole vaccine play for them. So all we can really do is look at it here on the chart and just have a quick peek at what we think. Up 48% right now today. Nice name. You can see the engulfing candle there on the daily trying to take out some levels. So I would just be careful, obviously, with this name. I'm gonna have to check this out in a second because we just did get some more Google shares right now at 94.20. So yeah, Google might be taking out the day's high. I will come back to Blue Water Vaccine. So there, sorry, was on the wrong stock there. Here goes. So there you go, Google, we just got out of that one. That took out the high, that's fine. We sort of thought that might be happening. So Google, again, not a great name for me there, but we just took it out on that. We're still positive on Google today, so it's all good. But yeah, definitely gave some back right there on Google. Yeah, this market just keeps on going, man, taking out highs as we go. It didn't take out the high there, but some of these names are really starting to go, taking out highs. Look at Google, man, 94.30. I like it. It's in my portfolio. But yeah, today, little excited here in the afternoon, Google.
Yeah, this, by the way, BWV,
yeah.
I think it's like anywhere between 7 to 10 million float. Not much of a short interest when I just checked it up at Float Checker, but definitely at an interesting price level. There's 170. Like if you look at it, breakout price, dips right into it. You saw Sean point at the engulfing candle. Look at that consolidation. I mean that's, you risk like 3 cents or something like that to go long in there. I've seen worse ideas. I mean, I'm sitting there taking the high of the day on Tesla, and it's like, and it's starting to turn. Like it's just back and forth off this level. I don't want to offer here at the half because I feel like if it makes this next push, we should see 8s anyways. The market's nowhere near the high. Tesla 6.5%. Like this is insane. Tesla is setting itself up for, I don't want to say it's going to crash, but I mean, like really? Like we're not, if we don't get through 215 in the next couple of days, like this stock double tops here, I could easily see us back to 180. But for now, it's trending to the upside. So I'm going to go with that and then just see how far it can take us. Microsoft, I thought would be getting this on the consolidation break if the market took the high. That's still in play because the market hasn't taken 12.65. And it's still in this nice little channel here. I like it for the long because it doesn't seem to want to pull back when the market does, and it's got room to run to the high, which is at 275 even. Plus, Microsoft's just been generally, I feel like, strong off that 270 level, which I think I got away from a little bit too early. We got that spike when, I forget which Fed guy was talking, but this spike happened, and I was like, ooh, okay, I'll take that. And really, that was just the best place to start going long in Microsoft instead of getting out of the long, but it is what it is. I made my decision. And it was profitable, but it was wrong at the end of the day.
Yeah, decisions, indecisions.
now
Today,
Intel's gonna lose?
Look at
on,
Google,
Intel.
man. I mean, look at Google. Now it just continues to go to the
still on
upside.
me.
Huge move right there for Google, for Intel, sorry. And no, sorry, you were talking about Intel for Google. 94.50. Like, this is why you get out. And again, not much of, I mean, this is what I'm talking about not much of a hit. It's not much of a hit. You got to have risk. You got to have the performance indicators in there, right? You got to understand the risk tolerance levels that you have, where your stop outs are, and where your profit takes are, right? So again, took some profit on this name all the way down before eventually taking, that was 20 out, 26, 7-cent hit there. So, I mean, come on, we're going to do that every day here. At least I am, take that risk to reward ratio right there on Google, but that time it does not work out. So, I mean, Microsoft 273, actually, this is a name that's well off that high as well. I was, my number one name today, and like I said, the number one name here, Apple. Oh, man, we only made money short this name, and it's still red on the day, which is kind of interesting. We did see that. I think it was Warren Buffett today announced a 5.8% stake, 5.3% stake in Apple, which is huge.
That's
but we already know that Warren Buffett, like how many trillions, I mean, it's not trillions because it's only a $2.5 trillion company, but billions invested right now in Apple to own 5.5% of the company. But still, nice move to the upside right here, needless to say, as that's still working right now today, just off these bottoms. So moving around here, still at that level. I don't think this is a short. Tesla, new highs. We just got to keep going. I just saw someone in the chat say that.
But I got stopped out here. Like, it's like, don't even believe in it. Just get out here and then buy back at the high. Like, that's, I mean, obviously it's a good trend to the upside, but I'm hating myself for that stop out, although I probably would have taken it out the way I've been trading it, because you're buying at the top. I'm just thinking scalp. I'm just like, really, the market want to go this far? If I see 210, you know what, forget this. The way it's going, if I see 209, I'm just going to go with the next dollar up. If it's going to be 08s, then it's going to be 09s, and I'll just get out that $2 move, see if it works. I'm about to take the L on Intel because, the shorts are frustrating today. And this might get through, I'm not letting it through this high. Like, if this goes to, market takes out a top, we could see like the imbalances come to the buy side potentially. Next thing you know, it's like 30, 40 cents against me on Intel. I don't want to fight it. I still have a chance to get more Roblox because of this level here. So it's still holding beneath that resistance point. This isn't as bad as Intel, which just seems like it's absolutely determined to take me out to that top side. But Roblox seems okay for now. Intel obviously going to take a chance at stopping me out. And Tesla did just go up to that 09, 0867, and turn around there. So whenever that happens and I'm sitting in front of that level, I kind of just move off it, because either I'm getting in under that, getting out under that on the pullback, or I'm waiting for it to break that top and actually go to 09. I'm going to go with the under that, because that's how I roll. I'm just not convinced. We're going to get an update on the imbalances, whatever they come through. And if you can get in, get out, move on to the next, I just feel like there's so much risk to the downside here, because the market is just slowly grinding higher and these things are flying. If it does pull back, the pullback can be a little bit violent here. So I'm just going to keep going for the key areas. I'll go for a reload at our entry prices, either 7s or 6s on a bounce, and then pay yourselves out. Not going to carry things through the high of the day. Not at this point. Not with the imbalances looming. We have to be flat at the end of the day. So I just want to be able to bank profit and then move on to the next here. Because quite frankly, the reads have not been terribly easy. And it's hard not to be looking for shorts right now. I'm always looking for shorts in a situation like this.
Yeah, I've been stopped out of many shorts already today, so I agree with you on that one. And yeah, reads have not been easy. Yeah, good call on that for sure so far today. All right, look, I'm making another read right now. Let's see if this is wrong. Like, I'm finally going long on something, and it's going to be Meta. And look, Meta has respected this 200 period the whole way up, right? So let's see what happens now. It's come back in. The market was just trying to take out, well, was back out, taking out session afternoon highs right now. So let's see if we can have this. Will it work? I don't know right now. So we're long right now, 179.95. Meta, again, been bouncing off these levels. Pretty choppy, but holding out on the high side right now. Last time we bounced was right here off this level. So we're long again right now off of here. We're long at 94. You know, so we're 10 cents out of the money. We expect a hell of a lot more on this trade than that. So let's wait to see where we go right now with this name. It is Meta long. Can we lose another one here? Like, we were just short and lost on Google. Now we go long on Meta. It's frustrating a little bit here.
Metal.
Let's see if it wants to continue to go upside. I don't know, man. Come on, Meta. You can do it. What's up, Brendan?
More on those 13G filings. You were talking about Buffett and Apple there. This is Lemonade, guys. The CEO coming out with a 22% stake. So Daniel Schreiber, who is the CEO of Lemonade, just disclosing a 22% stake. So volume now.
Fahad's telling. So first, here's what I'll say about
Well, if
Lemonade.
you want to put it on, but I mean, that's throwing shade at Prad.
Yeah.
It's worse than his fucking beat.
Wow.
Fahad is saying he has something which is funny. We'll see if we get to it in a second. But I want to caution people on Lemonade. The CEO better be buying the stock because you should believe in the company. But at the same time, Lemonade, like, insurance companies should be pretty solid in this environment, and they've been doing. Some of them have been doing pretty good. Lemonade, on the other hand, is just a squeeze stock. And I say this as a person who was all the way happy to make longs on the pandemic when everything was rising. And then, my daily's not going to work here. But then on the way back in, I was still bag holding at one point, 10%. I eventually gave it up. This is a squeeze stock at this point. Like, its longs are because it goes on a squeeze and you look for the short the next time, which, as far as I'm concerned, when it gets to 20 the next time, I think it's going to be a short. They have a long runway to go through before they're, I think, investable for the long term. Not to say it can't happen. You know, like, obviously there's upside potential for what they have to do, but I mean, their loss ratio, there's all kinds of problems technically for these guys. But yeah, that's the next time it gets to 20, I just feel like that's going to be a short when it gets there. What are we going to do?
So we just got stopped out of our Meta trade. Okay, here we go. It's not the worst edit ever. But where's Fahad? Oh, there he is. Fahad's the cameraman. That was the best part.
That's
Wow, he is faster than Neil. Wow. That is right.
Okay,
That is
okay,
the best edit ever.
okay. That was good. That
I mean,
was
Fahad.
good. No, this is good. That's funny.
Look at Fahad's hair there. What are you, Milli Vanilli? Has anyone seen Milli Vanilli before? I shouldn't make fun. I mean,
This
this
is
guy,
like
the guy's at least got hair. Boom.
That's you know what?
Wow, Prad's found his calling.
I love
right
that,
there.
Prad.
Resources. We don't
Yeah,
need
that was good,
resources.
man. We're good.
This guy's the editing
We
machine.
got all the
over
resources
there.
we need right there.
We got all the resources right there.
I mean, look, I want to get one thing out of the way to set the record straight. In no way, shape, or form is that going to actually happen when we race, but that was nice and fun. That was fun. That was fun.
I mean, when we can't. You mean that wasn't
good,
a real
Prad.
race?
That was good, Prad. Prad, man. You know, fist bump, brother.
Of course, that was amazing. That's why I don't know why when he came over here.
But he made it seem like it
Fahad-
was going to be.
He's like, it's the worst edit ever, but it's a great edit.
No, it was funny. It's funny as hell, man.
Yeah. Okay, good. Capital deployed to Prad, so that was a good one there. I don't know. Yeah, we need to post those clips. Yo, send me. Yeah, you should tweet
Just
that.
clip that part. Just clip
You should
it.
tweet that out, Prad, as
That was at
one of your
3:30.
editing abilities there. Okay, so there it is, man. I don't know. No, there is no rebuttal from Fahad. Fahad won that race right there, right? I mean, he's
for the love of Tesla.
That race, anyways.
No, I mean,
for the
that's
love
not a
of
real.
Tesla.
Whatever. You can get his.
Yeah. We're just, no one thinks that was real.
No, I'm just simply saying, like, what's going to happen is going to be.
Oh, yes. What's going to happen might be slightly different than
It's
what
going to be a little
than what we just witnessed.
Tesla is.
live.
What is going on with Tesla right here? Like,
Well, yesterday we had Daniel Shea on and talking all about Tesla, and people in the chat were roasting her because she was talking about the long there on Tesla, and you can see what's happening today. It is only a
what
long.
up, Dan?
Oh, what was that?
should have just listened to Danielle.
47 million sell.
Look at that long this morning.
Actually, I wasn't listening to her, to be honest with you. I don't know if she said to buy it now or what.
She
but
always says.
She always says buy it.
She's
so-
a fan of Tesla, and she's been pretty accurate with her calls on Tesla.
Yeah, I
That's all
just
I'm
mean
gonna
I
say.
don't know if she was saying to buy it from yesterday. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Well,
know, but she's been long Tesla for sure. So good call on that one. And yeah, it's been, she was talking about it being hitting different ranges. I thought she said 230 was maybe that next spot. So anyways, okay.
Somebody said that to me.
We'll have to
Who
replay
was
that.
it?
and see.
There was an old trader the other day that was telling me they thought Tesla was going to turn at 230. Oh, I know who it was.
Palantir's a beast.
It's the guy that you had the bet with over the market lows.
Who I had the bet with?
Remember that bet during the COVID lows, and then when he lost, you guys doubled it down?
Yeah, and then he
You know
never
what I'm talking-
paid? Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know that
He
guy.
said 230 is going to be the top on Tesla.
Yeah, but that was before multiple splits.
No, the top here of this move.
Oh, he said that.
Of this move here off the 100 bottom, he was sort of.
well-
he's actually, look, he's a good trader. It's just I'm clowning because of that whole. You guys had that bet and it never really paid out.
Yeah, he said the
and
NASDAQ was going to like 6,000 or something like
something
that.
like that. And
I was just like, bring it.
but you never got paid though.
Well, I mean, he's a trader. What do you expect?
Ah, but he's a good.
All right.
owes you a beer at
Not
least.
questioning the guy. Okay. Well, there was controversy there. He thought he doubled down and all that stuff. So anyways, all right. It's Brendan over at the big screen with some sort of a segment.
We have to show off Fahad's fancy graphics. Yeah, small cap guys. I was just noticing we are, what is that, 63? So yeah, 63 away, 63 subscribers away from 800 subscribers on YouTube. Go hit subscribe if you haven't or if you haven't yet today. 379,000, so 380,000 would be what I'm trying to say here. But whatever, it's a long day. It's not Friday. I wish it was. Here we go. Blue water vaccines. A couple of people still talking about this one. BWV. There wasn't much on this. Just this Bloomberg blog that came out today talking about this new virus that was circulating throughout different parts of the world. And apparently they have something to the effect of a vaccine for said virus. So BWV up on that, it would appear. As we saw there, 175 ends up being a bit of a support level. Fusion Pharma as well, up on this note this morning. They bought this cancer candidate drug from Radiomedics Incorporated, which is a private company, so FUSN. Having a nice day, actually held up quite nicely, holding 450 still at this time of day. There's no news on this, but every time it pops up, I have to talk about it. Ding Dong is just taking out day highs. Anyways, Hyper was also back on watch this morning after this FDA clearance of AI, yada, 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 AI. And Genius Brands working with, who was it again? It was Genius Brands teaming up with, it was BuzzFeed. That was it. JNUS, guys, with BuzzFeed, but right back down. DDL, ding dong.
Genius Brands, BuzzFeed. Next, you're going to tell me that Zila and, I don't know.
Veru.
And Veru, there we go. Zila and Veru with a partnership is going to be next. So this bull is right. Airbnb, by the way, is at 121. Like, are you kidding? Shit, what, seriously? Like, what in the actual...
Heck.
Yeah, like this market is beastly. A good thing I'm out of all the longs, and only in shorts now. That's fun. Riding the trend is definitely the way to go. This stock has been on a tear, but they're reporting after market, so I wouldn't get too caught up with this one. You're going to see probably like a $5 to $10 move, like whipsaw action, and then we'll see what's really up tomorrow with Airbnb. 121, by the way, monster level here. If it does clear out in the next couple of days, or sort of settling in after earnings, if it breaks out from there, you have some serious runway on Airbnb. But I wouldn't be buying that top going into earnings. That said, if you bought any top that I've said don't buy today and this afternoon, you've probably done pretty well. I got out of Tesla, I got to 209. I'm not going to buy this high. We're now 330. It's now 337. We've got 10 minutes and change till the imbalances come out. If anything, I wanted to check back in on Microsoft because, you know what? I don't want to buy this break anymore on Softy. Like, it just dipped down here, and the market's still holding the highs, and it's kind of drifting down, so not nearly as strong as I thought it was going to be. Roblox, which I thought was a safe short, I reloaded on the lower high, and I should have been patiently waiting for the actual high. So Roblox testing back up to that top. If it takes out the high, then another one bites the dust to the short side for me here. But I don't know how many more shorts I want to put on. I'll just stick with these two. If they want to hold up and hold the high of the day, then fair enough. I'm not going to put a third or fourth short on at this point. I'm going to be looking for some longs, but I mean, Tesla's not giving me the dip buy I'm looking for because it's at 209 again. Tesla might just go to 210 at this point.
I mean, all these stocks might
How am I
just
not
go.
still
I don't even.
Palantir, are you still on Palantir?
No. I mean,
940. So somebody.
I was at a Palantir mad long ago.
I was going to say 940 was the aftermarket high, which I
Give me a
thought.
drink.
I thought if it got to 940, I'd short it, but it's not. This is not going to be tradable when
here,
it gets
I'll
to
put it
that
up.
price. Because if Palantir gets to 940, it's probably going to be
920?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to be 355. I'm not shorting that price.
mean-
I said this morning if it got to 940, I'm shorting it, but it's probably going to come at a time that it's not reasonable to do. So I'm going to pull the plug on that short trade. Maybe it's there tomorrow. But look at this in the afternoon. Linear move to, sorry, go to the chart for a second. When Palantir goes up, it has the best tendency to make linear moves up that are insane. Like, there's no parabolic, oh, it's getting out of hand move. It's just clean. Breaks this level and clean to the upside. That is a trend. You don't have to worry about it doing some Silvergate nonsense, like, ooh, like up and then slam back down $1 and then up and then slam back down $1. Palantir, when it trends, it just trends. That's one of the best things about that stock is the day trade. Wait for a day that it's strong, and then look for that afternoon kind of trend trade. I say that as I'm about to, yeah, here comes Roblox. I'll get one more leg in, because now we're actually testing the high of the day.
The hell was that?
This is where I should have had that last entry point. What? What
I
happened?
don't. I'm discombobulated still.
I don't have a word of the day button.
Yeah, I know. We don't have that over here. But no. It's, I mean, we almost got stopped out. Like, it's just back and forth on Meta. It's like we were long, we got out, then we went short, and we almost got out again there. Then it just popped back down into 80 for some strange reason, and we just took an 80 fill there because why not? It went all the way down, so we took the fill right now. So I don't, like, I want to be able to trade this, but unfortunately right now the market is just craziness up and down off of a great CPI number apparently today, up 0.85. CPI came in at 6.4 against 6.6, which weaker data number there, but the market doesn't seem to care too much about that, which is fine, and that's the way the market works, right? I mean, some days you're going to nail it and some days you're not, and today, honestly, I'm surprised at this kick to the high side right here in the afternoon. We were actually, I mean, we're still okay. Our net is basically the same as we were from those shorts in the morning. All we're sort of doing right now is just spinning through. We're not doing too much. I mean, this trade on Meta, we just lost and now we're back short again. I thought we could go to VWAP here, but it doesn't look like the market wants to go downside today. So, maybe here's another bounce at 82. Like, we're short at 67. So, I mean, let's take another, I'll take one piece out here. I don't know if it comes back, that's fine. It will take another piece. I'm bidding 76. So if we get hit, we get hit there at 76 and we'll just work it out from there. But yeah, that's the market right now today. It's a little bit of a wild one and just needless to say. So, we're back in it tomorrow. I mean, I'm back in it right now. I'm not going to get green today. We will be red, and that's just going to be part of it, unless Meta absolutely collapses. But I can't. There we go. We just got a 76 fill, but that's nothing. We'll see if it can come all the way down here into the close. Hopefully it does, and that's that. We're short at 69 here on Meta with that 180 as a stop. So let's see if that pulls it out for us here today on that trade.
So just a couple of things here, because there was a question in the chat that I don't mind answering it, but it was Hector.
What up, Hector?
Hector. Sean Cattina, Neil Roberts. I know you guys need to close out end of day, but if you had the chance to swing Palantir, would you at these levels? So we're not here to give you financial advice. We're here to tell you what we see in the market, our actual trades, our decisions, and then hopefully you can learn from like a thought process and a trading process. So what I'll tell you about Palantir from a technical standpoint is good quarter, right? Profitability, and then you look at what the move. Double bottom at 6, right? Lower high bouncing the 50 period moving average, fail of the 200 period, dip into the 50 period, and then break out the 200 again, and potentially through this, well, it's right at that double top at 920, and then in through that double top. So is that a good technical long setup, especially with a catalyst? Answer is yes. And you're like, okay, long here, and depending on your risk, it can be like stops to the 200 period, stops to the 50 period, and then look for more upsides. From a technical standpoint, it actually looks really good for the long. Now, I know I've said I like to short at 940, but you have to understand the context of what I was talking about at the time, which was big move to the upside, didn't want to show a lot of strength in the morning. If it climbed back up, I just thought there would be sellers if it got there early enough in the afternoon for a reversal trade. The same kind of reversal that's kind of not really doing anything for me on both Intel and Roblox, but that's what I was looking for. It's been way too linear. I don't mind myself getting out here It's the lack of entry here, here, or here, right? Like it doesn't. You can take profit. It's not getting in here, here, here. Like the things that work for me are the things that work against me. You know, like I'm not going to be terribly stubborn about the trend break, but I'm going to be a little bit hesitant to re-enter the trade and not want to get back in here and only look for the absolute bottom, which was a mistake here on Palantir. You can't. Sometimes you're not going to get the perfect trade. That's the best way of saying it, but hopefully that helps you. Palantir is an absolute beast today, 21%. The market's strong, but this is, like, look at all the green candles here in the afternoon. I know it's a 15-minute chart, but it's not as if my 3 minutes any different. Like, this one is absolutely mooning right now, and it looks good on the higher time frame as well, is what I was trying to get at. Bit long-winded, but hopefully it helps.
Look, you want my opinion on it? Very, very simple. Checks notes, check sticky note here. Terms of profitability. Also talk of M&A. M&A.
Merger and acquisition.
You'd be crazy to short Palantir, in my opinion, at these prices with that behind it. I mean, we can see. Often when there's M&A talk, there's nothing there. So
can I give you an example, though? So what Sean's
if
saying,
you want, yep.
You're crazy to short it because when Pinterest has not been a good stock, but I want to, come on, daily chart, this better work here. If it doesn't, I'm just going to go to my trade ideas because this is...
That's okay. I get the idea with
but like
the
basically,
PayPal.
Pinterest had a rumor that there was going to be buyers, potential buyers, and quite frankly, it just started consolidating. And no matter how bad it got, it started holding lows. Now it's going to only show you the 23 and the 24 low, and it's put an artificial bottom on the stock. That's what I want to get at, and it's kind of a, you know what? I'm just going to go to my trade ideas chart because it's just a little bit easier to do it. So I'm going to pop this down, and then you'll be able to see on Pinterest here, and I think the same thing could happen to Palantir. It kind of gets insulated from any kind of crazy downward move, and this is what's been happening on Pinterest. All you've been seeing is higher lows, all kinds of chop and support. Even when things look bad, it doesn't want to break the bottom because, quite frankly, how aggressive are you going to be? If somebody sees value in a price range, it puts a nice little floor on a stock, and if that's going to happen to Palantir, when it's already got all those technical things going for it, really, who wants to short this beneath $7 or get short enough to get back down there if someone sees value in it right here at like $8.50? So, I mean, I'm not saying they're going to get bought. It's just it gives you another reason. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was talking about right there. So just be careful. But M&A talk, it's not necessarily,
chatter.
legit. It's just chatter. And I mean, Karp had no reason to say that on his conference call, so I don't know. We'll see if there's any reason for that to come through, and then let alone DOJ and everything like that. I mean, Palantir is a monster and going to continue to be one. So let's wait to see what happens.
Like if you're Lockheed Martin or Raytheon, like
yeah, I mean they already have contracts with those guys. I mean they could just buy them.
Yeah.
I mean it's $15 billion. It's like Warren Buffett could buy them with what's in his pocket. So, the price tag is not what's important. But right now, what's important is this, man. Let's go. This is the thing. Finally, Meta's starting to go to the downside. Let's see if it can print. But again, we've made money this afternoon. It's just we haven't had a huge move yet. So let's see. We only have 3 minutes now until those imbalances come out. This reload short. And again, lost. Let's reload it. Same thing. Short it down to the downside. We have to wait to see if there is a difference maker coming right now. I don't know. Ford, again, we only had 10%. We talked about that. We'll take a little piece out here as it's testing 13 again. This was a monster trade for me today. Ford still remains a pretty good one here. And let's just see Meta, honestly, Target. I mean, it's been pretty disastrous here for Meta today for me as we tried too many shares right here short as it took out 181. I just didn't think it was going back to that level. Meta's had a lot of problems at 180 flat. Okay, let's go. Right here. I have to take some more out because we have too many shares and it's making money. So, 2 minutes right now until the imbalances. So 3 minutes. So we'll wait for that one. We just mentioned that. So all good. Yeah, let's go. Meta, finally, guys. Let's just hit the sirens because there it is. We have half. So, it's not really revenge trading or anything, but we did think that Meta could come to view up. We talked about that, and we just got a 34 47 fill, but the low there was 30 something. So let me put another bid at 42 and then another bid at like 35. We're just sort of scalping it out because we have that number coming out, and that's going to be the market on close and balances. So here they are here. So you can see as of 9, well, there's some other ones in here that have halted today and whatnot, but we'll hold out for, here it comes, let's go Meta, just break that 50 again. And then we'll wait to see at 350 when these update again. So yep, that's imbalances coming. Brendan had what, 47 million shares? I don't know if that's been updated. Let me check. Oh, 212 now to sell. Let's get a little spicier on the sell side.
Guess what's at 230? So first off, I did take a leg out there on Roblox, and I won't rinse and repeat again because as Sean said, the imbalances are coming in 2 minutes. But guess what is at 230 right as the imbalances are about to drop? I mean, the cheeky trade would be just a short 85s right now, knowing in 2 minutes it's either popping the 30 level or you're going to get a dollar winner on it. I don't want to do it because I'm already in Intel. I feel like if it flushes, Intel's going to flush into VWAP as well. I'm not really. The thing about Intel is it always has an imbalance. Whether or not it stays is usually the story. And I look at the channel it has. So this is 2840. This is 2870 at the top. So if it double tops there, I'm just looking for it to do the same thing it did in the morning. And I don't like when it starts going, just allow it to make the first move and don't get out until it decides it wants to break the channel down. I would probably have already scalped some out, but it is about 350. So stop at the high, get my bids out. I'm looking for a flush at the end of the day here. So we'll see if it happens. Doesn't mean it has to happen, but it's kind of binary right now. Either we get that turn or we don't. And I don't need to add Nvidia to it, although it's very tempting to short that 230 level. Maybe just a taste. Maybe just a taste.
Good job, guys. Congratulations there. Google, what's up, Cool Trader? Google made your day. That's amazing. And yeah, man, good move there on Google. Breaking that high right there. You know, we're positive on Google, so I'm with you on that one. It's been a good day. We didn't make our day on Google, but we did. If we only traded Google, this is nice, but that's not the only thing that we traded today. So Google was very good today on the short side. We'll continue to do that, even though I am very, very biased long Google in my long-term portfolio, as with Palantir, and you know, so we'll wait. All right, here we go. 10 seconds to go now. Palantir's not as big. I mean, Google's almost probably 5-6 times bigger than Palantir for me, at least. All right, so here we go. Oh, I want to watch Meta. So let's see what Meta's going to do. Here come the imbalances right now. Yes, tank, Meta, tank. We just got a 30 fill there, or sorry, a 42 fill on Meta. We're also a lot lower than that as well. So let's see, there's Apple with a sell. That's probably heading downside a little bit right now. Meta, we just got filled again on the bid. Let's go, man. Big money trade, big money trading right now on Meta, man. Yes, sir. So finally, we stuck some bids out there, and yes, wow, good one. Okay, good. It will be a good Valentine's Day after all, getting a couple good fills right there coming back in. So yes, good. Woo, all right. We put a bid down there really low into the 20s just in case something came out there. I don't know where Meta is, but Amazon's a sell. Google right there is a sell. So, I mean, obviously Meta, I mean, I don't want to say obviously, but I don't see it. Was probably a sell as well. There's Amazon. Look at that wick down for Amazon on that. So 99.70 down to 99.40. There's going to be no other shows that are going to show you this. I'll tell you that much right now. Google as well. Big time move to the, well, not big time, but there was a move to the sell side. And then Apple. Look at this move for Apple. Apple cruising 55 down to 21 there. So we definitely took advantage of that on Meta. Meta right back in. Let's put another bid out. There it is, 32. So we'll go, oh my God. They finally worked out for us, and that is the imbalances finally ticked for your boy.
Yeah, sometimes it happens, but things were at those highs. So I said cheekily, like 85 short, to a 30 to the 230 on Nvidia. It probably on the imbalances gives you a chance to like get down to 229, and then if it stops out, your stop's at 30 anyway. So it did work. I didn't take it all out, so it looks like it could still break the high of the day. Intel literally didn't move. Roblox, however, I didn't see Roblox anywhere on the imbalance locator. I just know Roblox is going back up. So whether it's a bid or not, stock's going higher. If it takes out the top, I'm out. Not really moving my stop or adjusting it in this point. It is just at the high of the day here on Roblox. I like the setup, and I'll probably come back to this name if it does want to hold this channel tomorrow as well. I like the shorts here. You know where you're wrong. You know if it clears out, it's got tons of room if it gets above 36, but I just like that 36, sorry, the 35.75. Nice little resistance level pretty much for the last couple of days here, going back to last week on Friday. Doesn't want to seem to fall. I mean, the market market may be too strong to get all the way down into VWAP here, unfortunately, for Roblox. So while it's not a bad trade, it just hasn't really followed through for me just yet. Nvidia's either breaking 230 or getting back down to 229 even, because I don't feel like taking anything in the middle. It is 1.5 billion to sell overall. So either I get stopped out or we get some flush to the downside on the 3 shorts.
All right, so I just want to say thank you to Start 2019 and Radiant. Whoops. Sean, you inspired me to buy Tesla in the morning. Bang. Good job, man, for you on that one, or he or she. Great trading on that, and you can see Tesla right there. Monster move to the upside. So, congratulations on that one, as Tesla right now at 210 and taking names on this. So Tesla, big time movement, man. Congratulations to you for buying that, and anybody else that was holding Tesla calls or shares or whatever. Tesla, wicked move there today for TSLA. So again, big congratulations to you on that one. Meta's, again, we didn't make back what we lost, but we'll take another 35 bid, 31 bid, sorry. We tried to get 35, but we got 31, so that was a good trade for us on Meta. Here it is falling down. There's the last short there. Finally came in, very close to getting stopped out at 180 there, but it pulls back down in, and finally we get to take a little bit of money here into the close. So 353, we will get a flip of the imbalances at 355, so that could be something to watch out for if that does come into play. But Ford right now, small position, going to break 13. What a good trade that was today. Is there anything you guys are looking at? What reports tomorrow? Upstart?
Airbnb and Upstart are the big.
Yeah, so Upstart's been an absolute monster. I think you could probably have calls on this for sure. Not probably for sure, but if you were interested in them, I don't think that's a horrible decision there to get a little bit of calls going for Upstart. Big move up now, only up 3.5% though. Upstart with the report tomorrow should be a good one.
Yeah, and Nvidia, it goes down to 29 on the imbalances and then right back up testing 30. This stock it's just on a tear. Looks like it'll probably stop out that high of the day. But I didn't want to get to Ryan Hurley. What's our hockey team? He just asked us what our hockey team is. I just got stopped out of Roblox. That took out the high, and Nvidia's going to here.
Ugh.
But we live in Toronto. So that's it. The Toronto Maple Leafs, end of story. That's how we roll.
There's it here. Yep.
But you know what?
We'll see, but they suck.
Look, you say that, but it's like
Wow.
I'm a Bills fan and I'm a Leafs fan.
Yeah, you're...
And trust me, I think most people will understand what that means. If you're a fan of those two teams, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. We weren't even alive for crying out loud.
Okay, here, what do you think about this? Will you see a Stanley Cup or a Super Bowl championship first?
Super Bowl championship.
Nope, Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup.
I'll be happy either way, but...
So would I. I just think, I only said that, look, I think the Bills have a great opportunity.
This year was probably their best chance.
That's the thing.
From a cap...
But the Leafs as well. The Leafs as well, right? I mean, the Leafs as well had so many great years.
I like their core.
That's the thing. I mean, I don't know. We got to re-sign Austin Matthews, so we'll wait to see if that's coming through. 355. Did we just get a reversal right there?
Nvidia just broke the top as well. So that scalp trade worked, but it still took the high anyways.
We're doing pretty good with this meta, just hovering around. I'll take another piece out here in the 50s if we're allowed to get it. But apparently there's a board called earnings. So let's.
And it has a few things on it, guys. Here's what's to come tonight and tomorrow morning. D. Shea with a few calls on here.
To win.
I think football's hard to win. I mean, I think the Bills are going to be really... All right, so let's just do this. Airbnb,
Roblox.
Nubank, GoDaddy, all that kind of stuff.
Roblox.
So Danica Patrick was Aaron Rodgers' thing for a while there. And then now Aaron Rodgers is on a deep, dark retreat.
Is he still... That's 4 days long, right?
Yeah, so I think he started after the Super Bowl. Then he's going to come back and decide. So there it is. Roblox also in the morning, by the way, could be a good name to watch as we'll be trading Roblox like crazy. That one could get squozed. You saw Palantir get squozed. I mean, if Aunt Kathy wants to come through, she'll be buying up Roblox on any good number there too. So that's a name there. But I was going to say Aaron Rodgers coming back to decide if he wants to play the game of football for $60 million next year.
That's a tough decision.
I'm wondering what decision he's going to make coming into play. And hopefully he says he wants to play, and then we ship him into your conference and give him to the New York Jets and or Miami Dolphins.
Jets, man. Let him go some...
There goes Meta. Bang.
If he has to go somewhere, I'd rather... I just like Tua. I don't want him coming to the division at all, but I want to root for Tua because I feel
And I
like
think it'd be the best thing for Tua if Aaron Rodgers went there.
you're probably right, but I want to root for the
Because
guy.
he'd be able to learn, off two-time MVP, not reigning,
Just
two
send
of
him
the
to-
last 3 MVPs, and then
Send the guy to the NFC.
he's also he could go to I don't know who's hiring there in the NFC for quarterbacks right now, and then plus it'll give Tua a chance to rest, which I think he should probably do. So.
Yeah.
My quick opinion
probably.
on
Let him go to the Panthers. I like that idea.
Yeah, I'm down with
Corey
the Panthers.
Waters, let Aaron Rodgers go to the Panthers.
Yeah,
where we don't
see
have
ya.
to deal with them, and the Buffalo Bills don't have to deal with them. I wouldn't mind that. But
What's
you said
Fahad's favorite team?
What,
Panthers.
you're a Panthers fan, Fahad? But how does that happen? Okay, there you go. So Fahad's a Panthers fan, so there you go. He'll be happy about that. That's interesting.
Yeah, Fahad's got it all, man. This guy's got family everywhere.
Turnaround action for that team. That division, that's winnable.
Yeah, that's a weak division.
That's winnable. With 2 minutes to go here, I'm now out because every one of my shorts took out the top, including this one, Roblox. And you were just saying that Roblox could go. Look at the level it could be taking out. To me, if it is above here and the report wasn't terrible, long.
Yep.
If it fails here and the report was terrible, short till it breaks there. And then understand that it could break out anyway. So that's kind of, I want to keep it really simple. It's telling you what the level is. It's basically saying, look, the level, the short-term level is here, and you're playing up-downs at 36. If you're above it, we run away from that price. If we're beneath it, we run away from that price. Let's try to keep it simple, unless it goes to like 40 or something, like maybe but that's only 10%. Forget about that. Even 40 is not an auto short, because that's only 10% from here. The grand picture on Roblox is that daily chart doesn't want to work either, but the grand picture on Roblox, lots of room to still run if it wants to go.
Yeah. He's probably, Aaron Rodgers could probably go to Vegas. That's probably, his boys over there. Shout out to Fresno State.
I'm cool with that.
As well. Yeah, I think he probably goes there, parties it up in Vegas. Dude's a single dude. All right, well, we're going to watch out what happens here.
He doesn't want to beat Mahomes.
That's the problem. But, either way, I don't know. Aaron Rodgers is more concerned about, that's why I want to get him out of here. He's more concerned about winning MVPs and stuff than Super Bowls. Okay, so here we go. Meta, we're out. We have 5% left right now with only 20 seconds to go. The bell is, I guess, going to be Fahad or somebody. Here comes Fahad. He's going to be in the bell right now with only now 10 seconds to go. So here comes the bell right here coming out.
Yes.
We still are short on Meta. There he is. There's Fahad
Don't
right
block.
now.
Oh,
3, 2,
and
1. Fahad, let me see. How's the working out going? No, hell no.
Don't take your shirt off.
Hell no.
Whoa.
About that.
It's a family show.
Normally Fahad's got normally, I can't believe that thing was still on there. Normally he'll show his pecs or something like that, or his bicep, or but right there, yeah, no.
And the crazy thing is, he would have probably done it too. Let's be real for a second.
Well, Neil, this is the thing, man.
If you did, you're like, no, he was gonna do it.
I know there's no odds for him to beat you in a race, but this is a confident man.
I don't care how confident he
right
is.
there, Fahad. So.
There's lots of things Fahad could probably beat me in, like basketball for sure.
Valorant, apparently.
Oh, video games, I'll lose at a lot of.
I'll lose to everybody.
Unless it's a really old video game, I'm gonna lose. So let's be real. It's got to be good, take it way back, and then I can win. But
Other thing too, what do you call those things? Trading.
Trading. He would also beat Neil in trading as well.
okay,
Well, you won't beat me.
okay, Fahad.
No, you will not.
Fahad, stop.
No.
Stop, Fahad. Stop.
You want to come at the king, Fahad? You can do that. You can race Neil, but you're not. Okay. We love this
Where
guy.
are we?
There we go. There's Meta, by the way. We just took a piece out right there as it just filled a bunch of tens where we were sitting in there. That's right.
Was there an imbalance on that?
Aftermarket trade right there on Meta. So we just took it out, but we had a small piece right there, got filled. Just printed a bunch of tens. I think I was at 10. But there it is right now. Yeah, Tecmo Bowl, you're all dead. Because you know why? If I can use Bo Jackson.
No Bo Jackson.
I want to use Bo Jackson. Or then I want to use Jim Brown or something. But
You're not allowed
I have
to use
Tecmo Bowl and Super Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
GoldenEye, Mario Kart, a Street Fighter. I'm here for all of the smoke. So let's go back over to Brendo and see how the market finished, and then we'll talk more about that amazing graphic that Brad put together.
That was great. I loved it.
Yeah, quickly, guys. Looks like there's I'm going to double check on this, but Upstart, the trading has been halted on Upstart right now. Again, I'm going to double check, but here's how the market is shaping up, guys. Basically flat right across the board. It was the NASDAQ that fares the best after being red, remember, initially. 0.57, 0.71 there for the composite and the 100. Have a look at UPST, guys.
Upstart.
Okay,
and
so it got upstarted right there. I was talking about, halted. Yeah, right.
Halted.
That's what Brandon said. Okay.
Halted.
So halted Upstart. We will check that out. So, all right. Should be a good one. Mine Akamai is well out right now. Lots of stock. Yeah, we can call up Akamai.
You don't see that very often, a halt into
right now, 92.50. Let's see where it goes. Oh, Akamai, 88 up to 92.5 right now. So that name is starting to go. Upstart's halted, so there's nothing we can do about it. We'll have to watch for that. Did Palantir make a late day? We know it made a late day move, but okay, still 920. All right, what a great show. Again, we're trying to put on some good shows here for you today. Fortunately, I couldn't get into the land of green, but we'll be back tomorrow for what should be a great day. I know. What's up with that? Did you guys hear that? Put on Brendan. I don't know why we're still on
my
this.
My earpiece is out. Sorry.
That's okay. Some chat thing, Chat Dan, I think it was called. I don't know if there's anything. I don't know what that is. Predicted an epic collapse tomorrow in the market.
Chat Dan?
So someone, I don't know what did. My
Chat
wife,
Dan just dropped a trust me, bro.
Yeah, my wife was telling me about this the other day. Marissa
Chat
was
Dan.
telling me. She goes, what do you know about this apparent collapse that's supposed to hit the market tomorrow? Did you ever read anything like that, Brendan?
I did not. No, I've never even heard of that. What is Chat Dan?
Yeah, see, people know about it here in the chat. Oh, it's Dan on chat. You can ask it to. So what is Dan on ChatGPT? There is something there you could do, but apparently, anyways, there was something there. All right, you guys never heard of it. I don't know if you guys in the chat, they are saying they've heard of it there.
Okay.
Market, yeah, February 16th. The market's supposed to be, well, tomorrow's the 15th, but the 16th supposed to have an epic collapse.
So you got to get into your shorts tomorrow.
YOLO
and then
short.
and then it's free fall on, that'll be Thursday.
That just means the market's going to rip up probably because
Probably.
when ChatGPT thinks something. Oh, remember, it's just about Wikipedia. There must be some sort of options expiration there that it's talking about.
Yeah, it's probably.
Yeah, Judgment Day. Yes, people know what I'm talking
Please
about.
do not trade off Dan. Just don't do it.
Yeah, don't trade off anybody other than.
Well, Airbnb must be out because there's a move. Airbnb just won $5 to the
126.
upside here. I didn't see any numbers on this bad boy, but Airbnb on the break, 121. That's a good level. This is going to be a banger tomorrow. I don't have the numbers here, but 10% to the upside. It's got lots of room to run. So it was super strong the last couple of days. Looks like it's going to round it out as well. Not that I'm seeing the actual numbers here. I'm just assuming it's good.
Dan says for do anything now. Like I don't know enough. I don't even know. Why did I bring this up? Someone put it there in the chat, and then Marissa was like, "So did you sell everything?" And I was like, "For what?" And then apparently the AI has predicted an epic collapse tomorrow. So all right, well, hey, the best thing that anybody can do, guys, is join us.
Yes, we'll be
join
here.
us tomorrow as we witness what potentially, according to
Dan
AI. Could be an epic collapse tomorrow, started by Upstart, maybe. So we're going to wait to see how that report comes out. But hey, Brendan, Neil, sleep well. Watch out for your calls, your covered calls, your long positions, everything like that. Tomorrow could be a very fun day. But thank you to Prad. Thank you to Fahad as well. Sharif, Luca today. Like I have a cousin, Lucas. We had Lucas here before. Thank you to Luca for sure. All right, do you want to play that as we go out, that race again, if you have it there, the race? But for everybody here at Trader TV Live, thank you so much. Enjoy the race that happened last night between Neil and Fahad, now broadcasting live right there. Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow.